Welcome to another edition of What the Hell is Happening in Sports. We here.
We
late as hell.
Hell yeah, clap it up.
Yes, sir.
Clap it up. We late as hell. This is about to be a new shit with myself and my guy Amari Scott. The Bay State media is all here. Shout out to Ant, shout out to Kamran, shout out to Amari. We here, chat, but we late as hell. No bullshit.
Yes, sir. We is.
Yes, sir.
No bullshit. On a Sunday night. Hell, I tell you, we had a lot go on today in the NFL. We had a lot go on in the MLB. And we had some college football. But we in Boston, nigga. So you already know. Focus on the Red Sox and Yankees. My nigga Ant's in here. Conron also. We are going to focus on the Red Sox Yankees to start off. We'll shift to the Pats after. And then we got to talk about this BC meltdown late last night in ACC After Dark. Because I tell you, that was some bullshit, Chad.
Yep.
No cap. No cap. But overall, my fellow gentlemen, how are we feeling on this fine Sunday night?
We good, bro. We good. We here. Patriots dub. As someone from Boston, Massachusetts. Well, excuse me, to be more specific and correct, from Cambridge, Massachusetts. As a man from Cambridge, Massachusetts, awesome to see the Red Sox get the dub today. 6-4. Not necessarily maybe a dominant win, but we're going to get into that. I know we'll get into that here on this beautiful latest hell sports show. And you already know.
Yes, sir.
Patriots with a dub, good resounding win. So I'm in high spirits. As someone who's a Chiefs fan though, it was a little tough watching that game, but it was good to see the Pats win. As someone from Massachusetts, always good to see the hometown sports win.
Absolutely.
And BC, what a dominating game this weekend, on my opinion, bro. A team that people aren't expecting to come out the woodwork. So it's a good weekend for the city of Boston so far.
Absolutely. Yeah, I tell you, honestly, overall, smooth weekend from the Sox. They had a little bit of a rough one this weekend. Nothing too crazy, but obviously you're going against the Yankees. They had to get some get back games. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga Ant. He's a Yankee fan, so it was good for him to see his squad get a couple wins. I know this year, especially for Yankees fans, it hasn't been great against the Sox. But hey, I'll give them credit. They came out on top for a couple games. We managed to get the last one, which is great for us because I tell you, we got to win every game we can, just like the Yankees. So overall, not a bad series, but both teams do move forward after today. The series is the season series is done for both the Sox and the Yankees. The Sox ended up taking the season series 9-4 in dominating fashion, but the Yankees obviously got a couple in the tail end. So, not bad for them, but you know what? Hey, since the Sox win, nigga, let's get into it. Because I tell you, this first inning was rough. My nigga Will Warren. Shout out to Will Warren. He shit the bed. No cap. I even told Ant on stream. We were watching it. Well, I was talking about it. Nigga, Will Warren has some doo-doo stains on his ass. No Diddy. No Diddy.
No Diddy. Nigga had shit stains. No Diddy.
He really did. I was like, nigga. I'm like, Sunday Night Baseball. Nigga, stop. Show him pitching from the waist up. Nigga, I don't want to see him from the waist down. Nigga.
Yeah, he was looking like that little nigga from band camp.
No bullshit, nigga. That little nigga right there. Yeah. Nigga looking like Katie Davidson.
Looking like the secret life of an American shitter.
No bullshit. No bullshit.
Yeah, became a real booty warrior watchers, bro.
We was watching a real life booty warrior, nigga.
No bullshit. Oh, nigga, that little nigga gotta chill out, and I tell you, but nah, and I'll let you get into this in a second. I'll just go, quickly with the stat recap. Per usual, obviously 6-4 Red Sox win. Great on their end. Garrett Crochet picked up his 16th win. He's now 16-5 with a 2.63 ERA. Will Warren, a.k.a. the shitter, is now 8-7 on the year with a 4.44 ERA. That's his new nickname, chat, by the way. That is his new nickname. He is the shitter.
Yeah.
He's the shitter. Will Warren,
this nigga's
the
funny
shitter.
as hell.
Will the shitter Warren. Telling you that. That's him from now on. Yep, 8-7, 4.44 ERA, and then Mr. Aroldis Chapman, the Hall of Famer, the guy that has turned back the clock. 30th save. He does have a 1.26 ERA. Hopefully, he can get that back down closer to the zero. because we missed that from my nigga, you know. But overall, good win by the Sox. Stat recap: the Yankees lost today. They're going first. You know, they had 7 hits on the night, but if you look, they had 16 strikeouts. 16. I even highlighted for y'all if y'all can look. 16 strikeouts. Terrible.
Rosso had 12.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. No bullshit. Yeah, I'm telling you. But I will say Aaron Judge, you know, the star of the game for the Yankees, 2 hits. He did have a home run. I believe it was in the the fifth inning. Fifth inning, yep. And then Giancarlo Stanton, Ahmed Rosario, Paul Goldschmidt, Caballero, and Ben Rice each had hits. While Ahmed Rosario had 2 RBIs off a 2-run home run he hit in the 4th inning, and then Caballero smacked a home run in the 7th inning. So the Yankees did have 3 home runs on the night, so they did have a good power night for them. It just wasn't enough. Will Warren's stat line: 5 innings, 10 hits. He did walk 1. He did strike out 2, but he did give up 6 earned runs, all in the 1st inning. Home run in the 1st inning, by the way, that it does show that was to Carlos Narvaez as a knockout punch in that 1st inning. Camilo Duvall pitched the 6. He had 2 strikeouts. Mark Leiter Jr. Inning. He did give up a hit, but zeros across the board after that. And then Paul Blackburn, who was the shitter weeks ago for the Yankees and gave up a whole bunch of runs late in the game when they played the Sox. He pitched an inning of scoreless ball, gave up a hit, and he did strike out 1. Red Sox wise, a whole lot. Well, actually, yeah, a decent amount of hitting, but a whole lot of strikeouts from the pitchers. 12 hits on the night for the Sox. They did only strike out 5 times. Great on their part. At least they were able to, make contact, get some hits, and even when they did get out, at least they were able to hit the ball. A bunch of guys had 2 hits. Trevor Story, Nathaniel Lowe, Romy Gonzalez, and Masataka Yoshida each had 2 hits. RBIs from Nathaniel Lowe, Romy Gonzalez, and Yoshida in that department. Rob Snyder had a hit and RBI. Carlos Narvaez obviously had a hit and RBI with that home run. Alex Bregman also a hit and RBI, and Jarren Duran led off the game with a triple. Pitching-wise for the Sox, Garrett Crochet went 6, gave up 5 hits. He did walk 1, struck out 12. He did give up 3 runs, all off of home runs again to Ahmed Rosario and Aaron Judge. Steven Matz gave a winning inning. He gave up a hit. Obviously, that run came in off a home run from Jose Caballero. Garrett Whitlock, just as he's been all years, he's nails. Pitched the inning. He did give up a hit, but he struck out 3. And then Aroldis Chapman pitched the inning. Did have a strikeout, but hey, he got 3 outs. That's all that counts. So that is the stat line for both teams tonight. Telling you. Sox win. That's great. And what happened? Tell me about the shitter in the 1st inning. What happened, guys?
I'm gonna be real with you, and I actually said this to Amari yesterday after we won the series. I was not really, as soon as I saw it was Warren versus Crochet, I was like, yeah, I'm not investing in that matchup.
Right.
I mean, like,
hell no.
I was putting the pieces together. I was like, it's Warren versus Crochet. We won the first 2 games of the series. Y'all are gonna have to want to get one back. You guys are home. It's Sunday Night Baseball. It's on national TV. Y'all are not getting swept on national TV. Will Warren is not as good as Gary Crochet. Crochet's in the AL, probably gonna be the AL Cy Young. I already knew. I wasn't really too invested in that one, to be quite honest. So Will Warren allowing 6 in the 1st, that was whatever. And I do kind of see, like, at this point with Will Warren, some of these games he does have 1st inning struggles, in which I feel like he needs to get that under control. Sometimes it's kind of like half and half with him. Like, some games he has had 1st inning struggles, some games half the games he doesn't. So, I do still want to find more consistency with Will Warren. He has been pitching a little bit better lately before this game. So, I mean, I guess I'll see how it goes with Will Warren down the line.
Mhm.
I mean, especially since after the first inning, he did end up going 5, and he pitched a lot better than he did in the first inning.
Yep.
So, yeah, we'll see how it goes with Will Warren down the line. The rest of the pitching held it down, didn't allow any more runs after that. As mentioned before, the 16 strikeouts, yeah, I'm used to that. So,
Yep.
I mean, we strike out a lot. I mean, we swing for power. Sometimes is either swing and boom or swing and miss. So I mean,
Yeah, y'all really got no in between.
No
so
bullshit.
I mean,
Y'all
So,
really
I
have
mean-
zero in between.
yeah. So I mean, you know what I mean. We
Yes.
sort of struck out 16 times. Home run, hitting wise, we had 7 hits, not bad. I mean, like we allowed 12 hits. Most of 10 of them Warren allowed. So I mean, but hitting wise for us, I mean, it was good to see that we didn't just bow out after being down 6-0.
Right.
Like, oh, dang, it's over. Like Ahmed Rosario, glad to see him get some action. He decided to get himself a homer. I was like, okay, Ahmed Rosario, okay.
Right.
Aaron Judge, after on Friday, he passed DiMaggio on Friday. He was like, oh, damn, Kyle Raleigh got a homer. I got to keep up in this MVP race. Boom, get a homer. Okay. I'm cool with that. I like that. And Caballero getting a homer. That was decent. That was whatever. We lost 6-4 tonight, and we did lose the season series 9-4. Well, we've been lost the season series since that 4-game set in the Bronx. But I will say, after winning this series 2-1, I feel like that was the most even I've seen like the both of us be.
Right.
Like that was like we just looked pretty even, and we were able to come out on top. The first 2 games. So honestly, I'm not too mad about this 3rd game. We had that 12-game gauntlet of the Astros, Blue Jays, Tigers, Red Sox. We lost the Tigers series. That was whatever. But all in all, 7-5, 12-game gauntlet. It was going to be a test of how good we really are, and I feel like we were pretty solid. Besides, in the games we lost, there was slight pitching problems. But I feel like in the games we won, it was like the pitching kind of figuring it out. So, going on the rest of the season, having the Twins, 2nd worst team in the American League, White Sox, the worst team in the American League, Orioles, I'm pretty sure they're like, what, 4th or 3rd worst team in the American League.
Yo, you can't count the Orioles out though, because lately, as of the past like maybe month and a half, they're playing against contending teams. Their record is actually astonishing. Like they suck, but their record against contending teams is actually astonishing the past like month and a half.
And
I don't think that's a team that you guys should overlook for real. They gave they're giving the Jays a run for their money. They gave the Padres a run for their money recently.
Right.
They gave the Diamond, like a couple of these teams that have way better rosters. Like they gave them a run for their money. Like I don't think the Orioles is a team that, and they gave us a run for our money twice, bro. The Red Sox, they gave us a run for our money twice, bro. I don't think that's a team you should overlook. I think the fact that you guys are meddling in the lineup, you guys are meddling. Like you guys have no healthy in between. It's literally power or bust. There's no in between. Which like in the playoffs, I feel like base running, you guys like base running. That's like been an issue for you guys sometimes in terms of base running IQ. That's been an issue for the Yankees at times. I don't think you guys had like in terms of us as the Red Sox. The reason why we've been so successful, bro, is because we're able to score runs in different ways than using power, and we're able to play defense, bro. I think defense is a big problem for the Yankees, and I think the no diversity in the lineup is a problem. You got
Right.
guys like Cody Bellinger is really the one guy I look at that lineup who genuinely is going to swing a lot of these games because he's a guy who can hit for power by
Yep.
choice and he can hit for average by choice. He's a very patient he's a very patient plate approacher. He's
Yeah.
he's very patient at the plate. He does not he has a very very good eye. And I think a lot what I've learned in baseball this year, especially with how pitching has evolved so much in terms of movement of pitches and location of pitches and where guys are trying to put certain pitches nowadays, I think that the fact that it's changed from just having high heaters, low heaters from when Jordan and I, excuse me, Nero and Conman and I were kids, where like heat was everything. Like, yeah, I could probably get you on a couple pitches on a breaking, but if I could just get you 100+ heater every time, like the game has evolved so much where guys are throwing 95 mile per hour sweepers.
Right.
Like this is not a joke no more.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching Paul
for
Skeens,
sure.
I realize like baseball is pitching in baseball has evolved so much, kind of the way we look
Yeah.
at how basketball and the athleticism and the skill of the game of basketball keeps evolving so much that we're looking at these conversations of baseball like a couple of these guys definitely need to be more versatile on this Yankees team. And Anthony Volpe is a guy who obviously offensively, I'm not gonna lie to you. Anthony Volpe he was great offensively. Like honestly, I didn't really have too many complaints about Anthony Volpe as an offensive player. I think what the glaring weakness was clearly.
Defense.
I think we
Yeah.
all know what the weakness was with Anthony
Yeah.
Volpe, considering a nigga with one arm back in the 1940s had better stats than Anthony Volpe. So I'm just saying, there's a nigga with one arm out there who had better defensive stats in a season than Anthony Volpe. So I think that if he was obviously better defensively, that's a guy who, yeah, I mean, he's a great power hitter, but I think he was able to hit a little bit for average. He was able to get on base. He was a pretty decent base runner. And I think Aaron Boone, I think he's lost the clubhouse. Like, to be quite honest with you, like, the way that Jazz acts and some of these guys act and their reactions and their body language, like I think these are
Yeah.
things that some people don't notice. And I think that the Yankees definitely Aaron Boone doesn't have that clubhouse under control. And I think it shows up in the play, and it has shown up in the play
Yeah.
where maybe the Yankees might start looking at a different option if they underachieve with this roster. The Yankees might start looking in a different direction than Aaron Boone. I think it might be a possibility considering that Jazz is having the same problems he was having in Miami. That's not a good sign when you come to a team with this prestigious history and they're one of the most winningest, richest sports establishments in the history of sports. We're
Yeah.
talking about competing with international conglomerates like Manchester United, Manchester City, the Dallas Cowboys, the New England Patriots,
Yeah.
whose owners are all rich as shit, and all the success of the Yankees is what has kept them in the derivative of success. And I feel like them being able to spend money and them being able to fix certain problems by doing that in the offseason, they're a team that likes to go all out. They're a team that likes to actually go out there and they like to pay guys to go win. They like to pay guys to go do X, Y, and Z. And I think that obviously that shouldn't be forgotten in terms of the management when it comes to the front office. But it looks like Aaron Boone doesn't have full control of these guys. It looks like Jazz Chisholm is really genuinely going out there doing whatever he fucking wants with no repercussions and no reprimand for the past 2.5 months. And this is my favorite player in baseball, as y'all know. For those watching or
Yeah.
some who might not be watching or might be rewatching this, Jazz Chisholm is like my favorite. Dude, I want to see him do well. But what I can see him getting away with is what I can see might be a clubhouse issue. And I'm seeing that with certain players. It looks like from the other night, I watched the little interaction between Trent Grisham and Jazz Chisholm.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz went to go dap Trent Grisham up. It looked like Trent Grisham was like, "No, don't fucking dap me up." Like the look he gave him and the body language, slapping his hand away, like almost like he wanted to raise his hand. Like he twitched a little bit, looked like he wanted to respond in a way, and then he kind of stopped himself and kind of was standoffish.
Yeah.
And I think from a guy like Trent Grisham, who is pretty easygoing and is not really in the media for anything that has to do with like teammate relations or anything in general when it comes to media or having those issues, I think that's a really bad sign that maybe Jazz Chisholm he might not be a liked player on this team. I'm not gonna be honest. I defended him a lot when he left the Marlins. A team full of old heads,
Yeah.
a team with no direction, a team who's okay with losing, as you guys saw me spaz out on one of these lives before. A team that I don't like, a team that is okay with losing, a team that fan base I don't like, that is okay with losing. So I think applying a certain mindset when it comes to that and then just allowing Jazz to do X, Y, and Z. I think Aaron Boone is doing that due to he knows how much talent Jazz has. I think we all are aware of the talent that he has. But you see his little interaction with Aroldis Chapman. Aroldis Chapman tested Buddy. Threw a pitch right in on his bro's hands. Walked right down to him. Not gonna lie to you. You can watch this clip. It's a real thing.
Yep.
Jazz was not having none of that. He honestly, to be real with you, it didn't look like he wanted no smoke.
Now,
And Jazz is striking me as a guy, even though he's my favorite player and he's so talented, bro. He's striking me as a guy that the effort is not there. And when you are in a professional league and you are a professional, remember, every little thing in these everyday lives of these players matters. So him maybe not being a team player in that aspect might trickle down and have a trickle down effect. And you could see it the other day, last night, with Trent Grisham. He looked very visibly upset with Jazz Chisholm. And yes, you could take it with a grain of salt. You could say whatever. But at the end of the day, it's not a good thing to look forward to. It is something that is concerning.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Jazz Chisholm, who has already had a concerning past on another team that has been said, I think that he should demonstrate better body language and demonstrate better reactions to said pitches. And that's the way I feel about Rafaela right now. I mean, the way that Rafaela is getting called to the plate is the same way Jazz Chisholm has been kind of getting called at the plate all year. There have been calls where I've seen similarities between Jazz Chisholm and Rafaela where their frustration is very, very fucking valid. It's very valid. But I think how they've handled the situation has been the same. And the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying about Jazz is the same reason why I'm saying what I'm about to say about Rafaela. I think he's mentally lost it. I don't think he's there. I don't think he's all the way there. For those of you that watched the WTHHS live, the last live, I was on the last live and explained the same thing about Sinan Rafaela. I think that his interactions with the umpires is a very telling sign. He's getting frustrated and stressed out. I think his interactions with pitchers, staring people down, his frustration, you can see when he walks away from the plate. But his he's number one in defensive win shares for wins above replacement. He's literally number one defensively in the whole entire league out of all position players.
Yeah.
So clearly for him, obviously you can see defensively the frustration comes from offense, and defensively he keeps playing great. He's playing great defensively, but offensively those are the struggles. And I can see the similarities with the Yankees and the Red Sox in terms of similar struggles with field players. So kind of wanted to just iterate that a little bit, but yeah, my fault.
Oh no, you're good. You're
Little
good.
bit of a monologue.
I did get in the chat real quick before I get to Conron real quick about the Sox. I got two of my guys commented. Shout out to Brian for the first comment. He said, "Doo-doo stain, show it, nigga. I ain't showing Will Warren. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Nah,
we
don't.
We gotta get flagged for that. That's one." Yeah. And shout out to Bad Art because Bad Art, as Amari was speaking about Jazz Chisholm, he said Jazz is overrated. Thoughts on that?
Hey, listen. You can say what you want, but then again, listen, Jazz being overrated. Okay, you know what? I'll be honest. I'll double down on it. I agree with you, actually. I agree with you. I do think he is overrated. But I think the potential and what he can bring to the game is like the intangibles, it's all there. The God-given natural ability and talent, it's all there. To be a guy of his size and have that type of power is all there. For the guy, he's a great base runner. He's fast. He's athletic. He's an athlete. He's a God-given born athlete. You can't take that away from him. But I do agree he's overrated in the sense that effort, team play, thinking about yourself first versus the team, or thinking about the team first versus yourself. I do think in an aspect of Jazz Chisholm being a team player, he's very overrated. In terms of being an individual player, he is slightly overrated. I do see the problem where people think that, okay, Jazz is coming here, and he's coming from a Miami Marlins team who had honestly not really too much to lose, if you really think about it. And the fact that in hindsight, they lost the Jazz Chisholm trade. In hindsight, they lost the Giancarlo Stanton trade. Because look at what they're doing, contributing on a championship team. I do see the Yankees as a team that can contend for a championship. As much as I hate to admit that as a Red Sox fan, we have to keep ourselves honest as we are behind the Yankees. This is the team that genuinely, as we saw the first game of the series, could genuinely fuck us up in a series without Roman Anthony. Real
Right.
shit. Real shit. It's a real
Right.
possibility.
Right.
But I also think on the flip side, you do see the ability with Jazz Chisholm, who I have on my fantasy team. Dude, his ability to go from like 0 points one day to like 15 points on any given day, like, bro, the potential is obviously there fantasy wise. We're talking about days with 3 RBIs and a couple home runs. Like,
Right.
it's all there. It's just really consistency. And I would have to agree. I do think Jazz is overrated. But when you have favorite players, you do go to bat for them. You
Right.
do want to see them succeed. And even though I am a Red Sox fan, I fell in love with Jazz when he was on the Marlins, not on the Yankees. So
Yeah.
even though he's on the Yankees, I do think Jazz has a lot to learn. He's young, dude. Dude, he's young, bro. He's young. And I think putting him in this Yankees culture, this is gonna make or break him, honestly, after the Miami Marlins culture where I mean, yeah, you had veterans in X, Y, and Z, but Derek Jeter in the front office and other people were just trading people away left and right. They didn't really give a fuck about keeping anybody. Can you imagine if they had probably Jazz now and that team that was, I mean, the Marlins, let's be honest, as much as I dislike them, I think they suck. I also do think that they have won a lot of games this year. Nobody expected them to win a lot of series they won this year.
Right.
So, with that being said, like
Absolutely.
Jazz definitely could have contributed to this Marlins team if he was still on this team. And this Marlins team could be, with Jazz's skill and talent and potential, if he was in the right environment and if Miami was the right environment for him. I think he's too concerned about glitz and glamour, chains and bitches and all this other stuff, bro. He's got a lot of money. He's a young kid. His first team was Miami. Now he's going to New York, where
The spotlight's much bigger.
the spotlight is so much. It's the biggest media spotlight in the world, bro.
Yeah.
LA and New York are unmatched, dog.
Right.
They're unmatched.
Right.
The moment you are seen in the media everywhere in those two places, bro, you know you made it. Genuinely. I don't care what you do in life. You know you made it. Wall Street, and sports, I don't care what it is. And Jazz Chisholm is part of that. He has been part of that. He is subjected to a media that does not take losing for an answer. They do not.
Yeah.
Even though the Yankees haven't won in a long time, bro, they do not take losing for an answer.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of the Yankees culture right now, I think it looks like a lot of coasting. I'm looking at a lot of them running down the baseline to first base. I'm looking at a lot of the effort base running. I'm looking at a lot of the effort defensively. And this is the downfall that Red Sox fans, including myself, were worried about this Red Sox team, which we are now seeing. Offensively, the bats aren't working, but defensively, the effort is still there. The effort is still there. That's why we win games still. We're still competing for these games. We're still in these games. So the effort's there. The mistakes that I had concerns about, those of you who have watched previous lives or episodes, I did have these concerns with the Red Sox. These were very real things that we had with Rafaela and Anthony and Meyer and a couple other guys that we were concerned about these little things.
Right.
And I think the Yankees this late in the season, them worrying about that, the Red Sox need to take advantage of this next game. The Red Sox need to fucking take advantage in general, looking on the outside, or excuse me, looking on potentially the outside looking in. If we don't technically keep the consistency together, there is a chance we could be on the outside looking in the way the Rangers are playing right now. And I don't even want to be subjected to that scenario. So
Absolutely. One final comment before I do move to Conron real quick. One last thing about Jazz. Bad Art did say great player. The glaze is just crazy for the numbers he puts up. Obviously, he does have the tools.
absolutely.
Now, with that being said, and he said it just like Amari says it. If he were to just put it all together easily, like if Jazz was a guy who hit as many home runs as he did and just batted at least, but between 270 to 300 consistently, man, you'll look at Jazz Chisholm, especially on the Yankees team right now. You'll look at him like, oh shit, it's Aaron Judge. You'll really look at him as, oh, it's Aaron Judge and Jazz Chisholm. That's how it would actually be looked at if he just actually really consistently hit the ball more. To actually just get hits instead of just hitting the long ball. Man, you're looking at this kid right here, and you're like, oh, now we have somebody else to actually help Aaron Judge out. We don't have to rely on just Aaron Judge. We don't have to rely on just Giancarlo Stanton to hit bombs. Cody Bellinger. You now have a player who can field up, because he's actually, Jazz Chisholm, for all the shit that we talk, he's actually a smooth fielder. And he hits bombs. If he just consistently put the bat on the ball, nigga. You know how many more wins the Yankees might actually have this year?
Yeah, seriously. Seriously.
And if he wasn't hurt for a good like for a little while earlier in the year, I'm pretty sure he missed. And how I know Jazz was hurt early on in the year. How long did he miss you? If you remember,
I don't remember.
But he missed some time though, right? Like a good, not a good amount, like crazy, but he missed a couple weeks, right? Early on in the year,
he missed like some games. I don't think he really missed that many games though.
Right? Exactly. Okay. Yeah.
So, but honestly, I just kind of, I guess, wanted to comment on Jazz Chisholm. I kind of always thought Jazz Chisholm was a little overrated because, to be quite honest, when he was first on the Marlins, the MLB tried to hype him up as like, basically as, I guess, like that black role model in a way.
Yeah.
So they were always pushing him. He never really did like anything like too crazy, but then he got an MLB The Show cover because he's that flashy, and he's that marketable, I guess, to like I don't know, young black kids. Like when it comes to the MLB, they don't really have a lot of black guys, or like I don't know, like they don't really have like black guys to model out like black kids. Like anyone who's dark in the MLB, they're most likely Dominican. Let's be real. So I mean, like, you know, like a regular black kid who doesn't speak Spanish, they're gonna be like, like, you know, but like Jazz Chisholm, like, you know, they push him as that guy. Right. So I mean, to me, Jazz Chisholm, he's always been kind of overrated because he never really had that much of consistency. He's not, you know, he will have his games, but he's just not the most consistent hitter. Exactly. However, I will say about this season, while he still hasn't been the most consistent, he still like does some things that are kind of questionable to me. Like for example, there will be some games where like he's on the ball, he's seeing it well. Like Saturday, he had 3 RBIs, and a home run. He's seeing the ball well. Some games he will swing at something, and you would be like, why? How? Why? Again, like, why are you swinging at that? It's like outside and low. Don't swing at that again. There will be some games where he's the greatest base runner in our history, and then there will be some games where he does something stupid on the base path. Right. There will be some games when he's playing defense and he makes some crazy play. Yeah. And then there will be some games like I think it was like Friday or Saturday. It was one of those games where he almost turned a double play, but he threw it 10 feet above Ben Rice's head. Exactly. So he got to find that consistency. But one thing I will say about Jazz Chisholm, though, is that he is 1 home run from making a little bit of Yankees history, because if he gets his 30th home run, he will be one of the few players in our history to have a 30-30 season, which is somewhat impressive thinking about our illustrious history. I guess we never really had any like obviously we've had power hitters like Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle and Lou Gehrig and Joe DiMaggio. You know, they all hit a nice amount of homers, but I don't think we've really had that many like base stealers in our history.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Des Chisholm getting on that 30-30 list for us, that's pretty impressive to me, and I feel like it's kind of like an upturn for us. And I know Amari was kind of like talking about like how like we're kind of like power or bust. But one thing I have kind of noticed is that we've been getting better lately at like getting just chipping any type of hit.
Right.
Like in certain situations.
Yeah.
Like I've said this to Amari before. Aaron Judge, if he sees a pitch he likes, and he might just send it out. He's probably gonna send it out.
Right.
But at the same time, he's not always looking for power. Sometimes he will go and he will try to chip you a single real quick just to get on base for you. And that's what I like about my captain, to be honest. I'm getting a little sentimental. But
Right.
Aaron does that. Cody does that, as you guys were saying. Cody, pretty good hitter. I will say too, though, I feel like Ben Rice is also has good at bats. Sometimes he gets a little unlucky in his at bats, but I feel like Ben Rice puts up good at bats, and he's been doing pretty good as of recent. So I feel like our lineup, if we can find a little more consistencies, we, like Amari said, we're kind of championship. We can be championship contenders. So, and the American League is pretty open. It's more open than the National League, in my opinion.
Right.
The American League is very open. Like I feel like, yeah, sure, the Blue Jays #1, okay, the Tigers #2, and apparently now the Mariners #3 because the Astros lost and the Mariners won. So that's a new development. But the American League is wide open. I feel like anyone 1 through 6, honestly, right now, and then even like the Rangers, who are like a little bit behind, I feel like anyone could win the pennant. So yes, my takes.
No, that's fair. Yeah, no, it's getting interesting. It's really getting interesting. I will say that. With that being said, though, because I will show the standings right after I get to the Red Sox real quick. Let me ask my fellow Red Sox fans. I'll start with Conron the Don, my guy. Garrett Crochet. He had a nice stat line, obviously, with the 6 innings, 12 strikeouts, but he's been giving up some long balls lately. He gave up 2 today. Is that a cause for concern with him giving up, some home runs in his last few starts?
Are we talking Crochet here? You kind of cut out.
Oh, I did my fault. Yeah, Crochet. Yeah. Him giving up some long balls. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It's pretty funny where like both Skubal and Crochet have been like giving up some like key homers lately, which is quite interesting. Like if you're like a casual MLB fan, like people are gonna be like, oh, like both of these like Cy Young winners are now kind of like doing the same thing. Honestly, Crochet isn't giving up as many runs as Skubal did last game. He gave up like a lot to the Yankees, but however, with Crochet, I mean, I'm not insanely worried. It's like one of those games that, it just happens.
Right.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I think his command, especially giving up long balls, is somewhat of an issue. But I think he'll fix it up pretty quick. I'm confident in, like, the pitching staff with, like, Bailey and all that to fix that pretty quick. Like, I mean, other than, like, Giolito and, like, some of the other, like, rotational guys are, like, definitely trying to fix that a lot. It's like Crochet is just gonna like fix that pretty quick next game he plays. Like, like him and Bayo like are pretty consistent, and like Chapman obviously like he's having a resurgent year. But like other than those guys, like it's basically the same kind of issue where we give up runs where we shouldn't, or just because of the command. But one thing I wanted to mention earlier off of Amari's point and a couple of you guys with like Aaron Boone, the thing is, Aaron Boone wouldn't have a fucking job if they didn't go to the World Series last year. Like he's been like on the hot seat for years, bro. Like the only reason he's on the Yankees coaching staff is that, and also the fact he killed the Red Sox years ago when he was a member of the fucking Yankees. So like, I mean, that's just me though, being a toxic Boston fan with that shit. But anyway, like another thing with the Red Sox
Yeah, y'all niggas
is
suck.
like.
Nah, I'm just joking.
Yeah, but with the Red Sox, I mean, we've been kind of struggling in ways. We dropped some games to the Pirates, and most of this stuff is because of our bats missing of like Roman and stuff like that. But you know, I was talking like where I work, right? I work at a school, and you know, I make sure kids don't do anything stupid, and I overwatch like a campus and stuff. Where
Right.
like a lot of kids were like, "Oh yeah, like oh, what do you feel about the Sox against the Yankees?" I'm like, dude, with the Roman Anthony injury, like I didn't really think we'd do well this series. Like Roman Anthony has been a hot bat for us and a huge contributor. Like whenever he comes back, he'll we're gonna have to play catch up, honestly.
Right.
But it's mostly because like our batting production has been so hit or miss without him. Like honestly, like you know, you have Navarez having some good games where it's like, whoa, where did this come from? And then Yoshida having good games, like again.
Yeah, but
where did that come
Narvaez doesn't do that enough, though. Narvaez, his biggest problem, dude, is the fact that he has no in between either. He'd
Yeah,
fit perfect
exactly.
on the Yankees the Yankees lineup. He has no in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I mentioned it 100%. But yeah, like you know, you have Bregman. It like I love that our defense is a lot better than it was in the beginning of the year. Like I'll definitely say that. But it's just this playoff race is going to come down to if our bats stay consistent till Roman Anthony comes back. I mean, and when is Willier coming back? Like we've been just having him on a back burner for a while, dude.
Which
Like
means it's
you know,
serious. Which means it's serious. And it's funny that you obviously touched on this because, to be real with you, I was going to touch on this on the Bi-Coastal Baseball podcast. But now that we're talking about it right now, like that Willier Abreu situation is way more serious than people think. And I was going to honestly express that this week. But now that we're talking about it, like to be real, like I totally agree. Like that situation is not a good fucking situation, bro. There's no reason why we have had no details, no rumors, no nothing about his situation, like at all. Which tells me, as someone who is a journalist, because we all are journalists now. We all are analysts now. I don't care what the social media and everybody's gonna hate on us and say whatever. We do this and we do the research and the actual work to get the information, the correct information.
Yeah.
So for me, the fact that genuinely none of the sources, Fenway.Central, shout out to them on Instagram, the Red Sox page, anything, nothing, no report, no rumors, nothing about the Abreu situation tells me that it's very more serious than him just like coasting until we get to the playoffs. Like, there's no way you could tell me that in this point in time where we actually need his presence in the lineup, that
that's
he's
why
just
I mentioned it.
not injured for no reason.
Right.
He's got to be injured enough to a point where this is serious. I think they're genuinely thinking about shutting him down for the rest of the season. Like, genuinely. It's that bad. We haven't heard nothing.
Right.
Zero. But yeah, sorry, Connor. I do think that was an interesting point. I was going to mention that, but I had to, you know, obviously definitely double down on that. I did think the same thing the past actually 2 weeks. I was waiting to say something, but yeah.
Yeah. No, you're good, bro. No problem. I honestly didn't know you were waiting to say that, so my bad. But anyway, regardless. So with Abreu, like I agree. Like if he was healthy, like honestly, I wouldn't be too worried because his bat is very productive until Roman comes back. Like, but the fact that he is again like injured and on the back burner, and we don't know what the hell's happening, like that's a big problem because like. Are we really thinking about this is the thing, like we've called up a lot of guys for pitchers like in our minor league system. What are we doing with whole like Campbell situation? Like I know he's been like mixed in with first base, outfield, second base again. Like he's been just like thrown everywhere. And then we, trade Blaze Jordan a while ago, and just like this, that, the third. I mean, we got Nathan Lowell. I mean, Lowell has been doing like pretty solid in spots we need him to, but at the same time, it just comes down to our depth right now. Because like, if we're not putting up some of these guys that are balling out in AAA, like what are we doing? Like, I mean, Campbell, yeah, sure, he struggled in defense, but if we have him in a pitch hit situation where we literally need a bat, like, I think we should consider that. And the fact that we haven't called him up and shit is just like baffling to me.
Yeah.
And like we called up Garcia for like a little bit. And actually, what's funny is my dad met the guy. Like, the thing is like, with Password, like we called him up and we really didn't fucking use him. Like it's
did
just
nothing.
Like,
Yeah.
exactly.
Against
Like,
left-handed starters.
And then send him back down. Dude, the same shit they did to Christian.
Yeah.
Well, actually, not the same shit. But what we did to Christian Campbell, we kept him up here for too long. That situation, I feel like Breslow and them, they learned from that situation. And then they did too much with the Password. And they were like, oh, just send him back up. Like, dude, we could use a spark plug in the lineup. Why?
Exactly. That's why I said that with Campbell.
He's young, and Anthony is 21 years old, bro. And he was the you can see right now, since he's been out, he was the literal focal point of our offense, dude.
Oh, no doubt, brother. Like, he'd be getting like clutch situation running
night and day, dude.
Stuff. Like,
night and day, bro.
Yeah. And again, like with Campbell, like it's just like, might as well use him right now while Roman is, rehabbing and shit. I mean, especially
Well, I don't know. He got put on a carousel. I don't really know if bringing him back and putting him on a carousel of positions again, or even in a lineup, would benefit him, because we saw how that did not benefit him.
I mean, yeah,
the last time he was up here.
You're not wrong, but I'm talking about at least we need a bat, dude. Like a pinch hit situation is something I've been kind of hemming and hawing about with Campbell. But again, like, it just comes down to the fact that Roman is going to be out till like the wild card series or the ALDS or CS, depending on how it progresses. Because like, I remember, like, again, like, shout out to Fenway Central or whatever. Like, they said that it was probably going to come back, like, I think it was like game 2 of the wild card series, and like game 3 of the ALCS was the timetable. Like, if he comes back, if we win a wild card and he comes back in the DS, I'll be happy. But if that's not the case, we're not making it past the ALDS. I'm sorry. Like, it's just basic. Like, I don't want to say that as a Red Sox fan, but it's just the truth, man. Like, it's just like, our bats are not consistent whatsoever. I mean, that's like you guys were saying, like that's a constant thing for the Yankees too. That's why us and the Yankees are so close right now when it comes to a race. Hold on.
Right. No, exactly.
Absolutely.
I'm back real quick. Sorry. I just had to talk with my folks real quick. Anyway, so basically, like, yeah, like that's the thing. It's just like the Red Sox and the Yankees are so close due to the fact that we have the same discrepancies when it comes to, bats. And I mean, that's why these series are really good. Like, we have both our teams, and the Yankees and the Red Sox, like for Ants especially, like, like, we have the thing of our pitchers are pretty like good when we need them to be, but then when we don't have the run support, they just give up runs. Like Giolito gave up runs the other day to the, I forget what series that was, but he didn't really do that well, and we didn't have the bat support to support it. It's like, the base running is great. Like, we have that in our back pocket, and that's my next point. Duran needs to wake up a bit. I mean, I love Duran. Like, I followed him ever since he was in AAA when I was working for the Woo Sox at the time, and he was balling out and then got called up. But, like, that's the thing. I mean, we need some more leadership on this team, because we had a Roman Anthony who is a rookie this year, like, balling out for us. And, like, I mean, Bregman.
I don't think leadership's the problem, brother.
Well,
I think.
Okay, maybe
it's a young core of players. Think about it this way. It's a young core of players.
I'm not saying leadership in a way of like the whole camaraderie and all that shit. But I mean, at least when we need a bat, we have a bat, is what I'm saying. Like,
but leadership doesn't necessarily lead to that. Like,
okay, yeah, you got a point.
You can say whatever you want about Nathaniel Lowe, but he had a couple of first good games and he's tailed off ever since. Like, experience only matters so much when it comes to that. I feel like right now the biggest problem is like, clearly Anthony was a spark plug, right? Anthony was a spark plug. That didn't work.
Right.
Well, it worked. Excuse me. I'm sorry. And then putting certain guys in the spark plug spot right now, it's not working.
Yeah.
It's not working. It's not the same thing. It's not the same result. So I don't think experience would be the issue. I think like the biggest issue, and like I said before, we're overachieving, bro. We have to take a lot of this stuff that comes with it with somewhat to a similar version of a grain of salt. Because this squad is overachieving by far measures, dude. Very big measures. And the fact that we are overachieving, the expectations are going to be genuinely higher next year.
Oh yeah,
Genuinely higher. So I think that right now experience wouldn't be the biggest issue when it comes to a lot of this. I think the biggest issue would be consistency. But this is what happens when you have a young core of players like Meyer, Anthony, Rafaela.
Yeah.
Abreu's in his prime. He's a little bit older, but Abreu, he's a little bit more experienced enough to the point where he's also still young enough where there's not a disconnect.
Right.
So at least he's young enough to still keep a connect.
Yeah.
I think Romy Gonzalez is also someone that we don't talk about that's part of this core, a young guy that is going to be part of this core. And Romy Gonzalez is going to be the role player out of the three of them. Yeah. Anthony, Meyer, and Rafaela are going to be the three stars. There's zero doubt about that. Zero doubt about that. But who is the guy that's going to support those three guys? And I do think Romy Gonzalez, offensively and defensively, is a guy, a utility, somewhat of a utility player, athletic, young, a good bat, that is going to support the three core guys who are going to be the face of the franchise, where Duran is already the face of the franchise. Crochet is already the undisputed locker room leader, Cy Young, MVP candidate type of player. What I think what you're trying to look for in this situation is, where are the supporting players to support all of this? We have the main cast. We have the protons and neutrons, bro.
Yeah.
Need the electrons.
We need the electrons, brother.
For sure.
That's really what it is.
And we haven't mentioned Story that much. I mean, Story's been doing real well with the fact of the stolen bases and all that shit, and he's been homering a good amount too. And like I would love Bregman to stay, but there's been reports of like, oh, maybe he'll test free agency with his like opt out option. I don't think that's happening, to be honest. I don't think he'll leave, but we'll see what happens with that. But like, I like the players we have. It's just, again, like as I said, and even Amari just mentioned, like consistency. Like, that's just the thing we need right now. And I mean, that comes also with our bullpen, because our bullpen is just, it works sometimes and then it becomes shoddy and other times, I'm just looking forward to seeing if we stay in the second wildcard spot. Because, like, I mean, the Mariners / Astros have been kind of like battling it out in the division, and you have the possibility that maybe if our consistency is still a huge issue, we could be on the outside looking in, and the Astros and the Mariners, or the Mariners, because whoever wins that division will obviously get in, but or the Rangers and stuff like that, like they could have a hot streak and then we could be on the outside looking in, like, but it's gonna, to me, I mean, hopefully if we stay in the spot where like we're still in the race of the wild card, it's really gonna come down to that last series against the Tigers. Like, it's just gonna have to come down to that at this point with, MLB, as like many of us mentioned, especially narrow last week. Like, it's gonna come down to the last week, it seems. Like, it's not gonna be very easy for the Red Sox where it's gonna be like, oh yeah, we're at the top of the division. Like, hell no. Like, it's gonna come down to the last week where we're gonna see if we're in or out. But again, like as Mari said, like, yeah, we are definitely overachieving. Like, that's not a doubt, because a lot of people thought we were going to be last in our division, or or maybe right above the O's, and the Rays were going to be a problem. Like, a lot of people thought that towards the beginning of the year. But, then the Rays have been kind of like, the Rays have been solid, but they've been losing games a lot. So it's just like, if they were going on a hot streak, they'd be kind of on the outside looking in too. Like,
they can't finish games, though. That's why they are where they are. They can't finish games. That bullpen can't finish games.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. But I'm just saying,
I think they were chasing, like you said.
They were at one point.
But now it's very clear that like their bullpen can't keep up.
Oh, yeah.
Not even with the Guardians, their bullpen can't keep up. So
But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the Sox, man. I mean, we'll see what continues, but like,
yeah, you cooked. You cooked. I'm not gonna lie, you cooked.
No, you
right
did.
now, we're just in a weird spot right now. I mean, Roman has been our guy. We'll see what happens when he comes back if we're able to hold up our playoff spot. But yeah,
That's what overachieving does to you, man. It really
Yeah.
does. Overachieving puts you in a rock and a hard place, dude.
Mhm.
With anything in life, like puts you in a rock and a hard place because, okay, this was the potential. I actually maximized it far beyond I thought I was going to maximize it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit. Well, we're here. That's how I feel. Is what happened to the Red Sox when we got to the deadline.
yeah,
I think Breslow sat there and was like, "Well, shit. I didn't think we was going to get this far."
yeah,
So I mean, shit. What am I going to do? Okay. Give up Blaze Jordan and so for Steven Matt. All right, whatever. Yeah, like okay, cool. We're in a position where we can win now. If this guy can show us something where he might be able to be a part of the team next year, all right, cool. If not, offload the guy. Fuck it, we're gonna go sign someone else. Cool. I
Yeah.
think Breslow put himself in a very good position and put this team in a very good position, despite of injury. No one thought Roman Anthony obviously was going to get injured at this point, but
Yeah.
with that being said, even if he wasn't, I think Breslow would be looking at this situation like, you know what? We're overachieving. I overachieved as a GM. Because I'll be honest with you, Red Sox fans and everybody else across the MLB board is complaining we didn't do enough at the deadline. When, first of all, we shouldn't have even gone beyond what we did at the deadline. I think what we did at the deadline was perfect considering where we are and how we're overachieving with a young team. With Bregman and Story are leading the way when it comes to experience with Crochet, but the young core of players are leading. The young core of players were probably leading before Roman Anthony got injured and when Bregman was also out. I think the young core of players realized they needed to step up. This is their team. It's the young players' team. Bregman is on an option he can opt out of. Trevor's Story, I don't know. We don't know what his situation is going to be. I don't know how they're going to feel about that. I don't know if they're going to try and go trade for a young guy like maybe Hunter Goodman, who I thought is someone that should be on the Red Sox radar with this young cast of guys who are great in the lineup. Put a power catcher in there who's also a good defensive catcher. Just put him in there. Dude, he's on a city team. He's not going to cost you much, dude. Give up fucking... Honestly, if we're talking about acquiring Hunter Goodman, I might be willing to give up Lucas Giolito. I might.
Okay, that's it. Hey,
because a lot of these games with Giolito, he's been carried by run support.
Right.
And I think some of these games with Giolito, he has been masked by run support.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just being straight honest, if there is a guy in the bullpen or the guy in the starting rotation we're going to give up, and they're going to be of value, Giolito might be the guy of value who we can give up with his statistical value for a guy like Hunter Goodman, who could actually contribute to this lineup in a way with these young guys and grow with them. 100%. He could be here for the foreseeable future.
Right.
And I think that is an option they should explore, considering Narvaez and Wong aren't consistent enough to get the job done. And I know Goodman is not consistent, but he's also on the fucking Colorado Rockies.
Yeah.
So you give him a change of scenery and environment. Right. I think it's a very real possibility he might actually thrive here in Boston, Massachusetts, where we love a guy like Hunter Goodman. We love our catchers. We love Jason Varitek. Yeah. We loved Christian Vasquez, dude. The catcher is a coveted position here in the city of Boston. So, I think looking at a guy like Goodman couldn't hurt. It could definitely benefit us. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'm not very well aware of how the money would work. I'm not very well. I know there's no salary cap right now, but I know there's a salary cap era maybe entering. Right. I know there's certain tendencies with certain things that involve that. I don't know if Hunter Goodman would be on the financial radar or how much we would be requiring to give up for him. But I think that's a player that could heavily contribute to what our needs are as a team, which Narvaez and Wong are very much showing right now. It's a hole in the lineup without Anthony right now that our catchers cannot provide some sort of offense, where you do look to catchers a lot of the times to provide offense. So,
yeah.
No, that's a fact. No, I completely agree, 100%. Let's see what happens in the offseason, because honestly, Hunter Goodman, that's actually not a bad thought. And honestly, it probably wouldn't even take much to really get a guy like that.
It wouldn't. That's the thing. It wouldn't take much.
Yeah.
And I really believe it wouldn't take much, because I know Hicks and Harrison, not the best showings, right?
Right.
But a team like the Rockies, that pitching is the very biggest glaring weakness, and the bullpen is far beyond the biggest weakness. They got a couple starters who have maybe potential sometimes. You've seen at junctures in this season so far in 2025, but
Yeah.
I don't think the Rockies have anybody they're dead set on keeping that they think that anybody's untradeable. So you go and look at that situation. Is this a situation where maybe I don't know how draft pick values work in the MLB yet? I'm still learning that. Sorry, bear with me, chat, and bear with me, other people. But is one or two of those pitchers in a pick worth Hunter Goodman in a prospect? Like a bullpen prospect, which is what we need, is a bullpen prospect.
Mm.
Is Hunter Goodman a guy we're willing to trade to see if it's worth it? I think so. I do think so. So that's kind of the thought process behind that.
No, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair. And we'll see what happens in the coming months. Who knows? Maybe some Red Sox brass get a hold of this conversation.
Breslow's a genius, bro.
We're
He
not
did the whole
so-
Devers thing. So
You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
yeah, overall, just because I know we got to keep it pushing. Overall, great win by the Sox tonight. Much we needed win. Tomorrow, hey, you already got the A's for 2 out of 3 in Sacramento a few days ago. They come to Boston starting tomorrow for 3. They got to get the job done. This is a series where you might very well really need to sweep these guys. Fuck the 2 out of 3. You might need to sweep these guys just to really get a hold. Because I tell you, if the A's come in here and take 2 out of 3 somehow, some way, the Red Sox again are fucked.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't see us winning. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see us sweeping against the Athletics, a team whose bats somehow find a way to wake up against contenders and playoff teams, or teams even in the wild card race. Like, I don't know. The Athletics and Orioles are so fucking weird to me, dude. They just somehow beat good teams. I don't know how to explain it to you, dude. I really don't. Somehow they just show up against very, very good teams.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if they're literally
got the
coasting.
offense.
I don't know if they're coasting for draft picks or something, or like I don't know how the tanking system works in the MLB yet to a point enough because I've been out of the loop. But like, dude, you can't tell me a team like that isn't fucking tanking. Because how the fuck you play all of a sudden good against these bigger, better teams, and you can't play this good against teams that are worse? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I think that's odd. Yeah, very odd.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. No, let's definitely see what happens with tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, real quick before we move on, I don't as of right now. Let me just see real quick who goes, because I would assume it's Connolly Early who should start tomorrow. He already pitched a great game against these Athletics, but like I said during my live after his start, these guys now have film on him, and especially a team that just faced him. They now know what he can bring. So, actually, there's no starter set up for tomorrow. I would assume it's Connolly Early. I would assume it would just make sense.
There isn't. You're right, but Jeffrey Springs is going tomorrow.
He is going, and the last time Early did pitch was against Jeffrey Springs. So I would assume that's the match for tomorrow.
Yes, exactly.
I would assume that is the match for tomorrow. But again, they now have film on him. They now have seen him before. So if he does go, Red Sox fans, do not try to assume that this guy's going to give you 5 innings and 11 strikeouts.
Mm-hmm.
If he gives you 5 innings, great. If he doesn't give you any runs, great. I don't know about the 11 strikeouts. If he does get there,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Great.
Not against this Athletics lineup.
But now that they saw him, he might get into a little bit of trouble. No cap.
Yep.
Be prepared.
Yeah.
With that being said,
Foley, I don't even.
Oh yeah, Peyton Tolley. Yeah, I think Peyton Tolley, if anything, might go game 2, but after that showing, I don't know if after that showing that last game, no bullshit.
Well, I will say one thing. This is interestingly enough. This is the Athletics against the Red Sox. Individually, a lot of these players have played well against the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And if we're looking tomorrow and Connolly Early is pitching, Brent Rooker, Shea Langoliers, Nick Kurtz, and Jacob Wilson, which is literally the core players of the Athletics. Literally their best players. Literally their 4 best players, dude. Played very well against the Red Sox, dude. In terms of overall this year, Those 4 players, they've all gotten a minimum of at least 11 at bats, a minimum of at least 3 games played. And each one of those players has had a minimum of 1 run, a minimum of 3 hits, a minimum of 1 double, no triples, a minimum of 1 home run, a minimum of 1 RBI, a minimal amount of 5 total bases. This is a team that plays very well against the Red Sox. This is a team that is very well clearly crossing off their calendar.
Yeah.
Brent Rooker's average against the Red Sox, not necessarily great, 214. Shea Langoliers, on the other hand, 308, killing them boys. Nick Kurtz, on the other hand, 250, killing them boys. Jacob Wilson, who has had the same amount of at-bats, almost, pretty much as these guys, and exactly the same amount of games played as Kurtz, Langoliers, and Rooker. He literally has the highest average out the 4. He has the highest OPS out the 4. This is a team that plays very, very clearly well against the Red Sox. And this is the team that the Red Sox bullpen, they should be going and looking at these and looking at pitching heat maps and understanding how these guys get in there. Because there's no way you can tell me Jacob Wilson, who has a 1.045 OPS against the Red Sox in fucking 11 at-bats and 3 games played. His OPS, that's high for 3 games played. 1.045 is high for 3 games played, dude. That's very high. So, to me, that screams 1 series he was 1.05.
Right.
Or 1.045.
Yeah.
He was obviously clearly very much rounded. You round that to 1.05. His OPS, that is high as fuck.
Yes.
So this Red Sox team cannot afford to lose a single fucking game. We can't even afford to lose innings. This Red Sox team needs to take it inning by inning when it comes to the Athletics. So
yeah.
Little bit of a stat dive right there for the said information there.
No, absolutely.
Now, one thing I will say before we move on about what Amari kind of said about the Athletics and the Orioles, I feel like one of their downfalls or some of their downfalls is pitching inconsistencies and offensive inconsistencies. Because granted, they're pitching some nights, like if they have the right pitcher out there, their pitching could be really good. But if they don't, it's really bad. Like they allow way too many runs to where they can't catch up. And then offensive inconsistencies, one night they can put 25 runs on your list.
Yes.
The next night, they might just squander just 1.
Yes.
For some odd reason. So that's that. But
I will say one thing. I'm glad you brought that up because that was going to be my next point real quick before we dive into the next thing real quick. I'm sorry, Daryl, but this is good stat dive here real quick. Just you got Jeffrey Springs, Luis Morales, their ERA. Springs 9 flat. His whip against the Red Sox. This is against the Red Sox, right? And mind you, Morales and Springs, games played 1, games started 1. Mason Barnett, 1 game started, 1 game played. Tell you guys this, these stats are alarming. Barnett, 7.36 ERA. Morales, 9.64 ERA. Springs, 9 ERA. Those ERAs are all against the Red Sox. Just specifically their splits against the Red Sox. Their WAR, all a 0. Straight 0.
Yep.
Across the board for those 3. Their whip, the lowest whip out of the 3 is 1.60. Dog shit. The highest one is 2.18. Even more utter dog shit. The craziest part is, even though Barnett had the highest whip with 2.18, he had the lowest ERA in 7.36. I don't get that. That actually doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But it's very clear this Red Sox team does not struggle against the Athletics. So the recent struggle when the last series is a little concerning.
And that's the same problem with the Orioles too. Like the main good pitcher they got is Trevor Rogers. But other than that, like that Sugano guy, he's inconsistent.
Their highest K9 is Osvaldo Bido. Their highest K through 9 is Osvaldo Bido, and he's a relief pitcher. That's how you know you suck. His K9 is also 18 though, so it's like
okay.
you know.
Yeah.
Right.
if your canine is your reliever pitcher, and your canine is your best pitcher is a reliever for your canine, that's a problem.
Yeah,
So the Red Sox still got no excuses.
That's a fact. That's a fact. They should be able to put. I tell you, with this lineup and the guys that they do have in the lineup, considering because you're missing arguably the most important guy in the lineup, you should be able to tee off on this team like you did just a few days ago. No bullshit. Besides the third game of the series, you should be able to put some hits on these guys. These pitchers can't be for shit. Put some hits on, get some runs, and we'll be fine. If you let these guys go in there and take control of the game and you guys can't hit like you had in an instant with Luis Hill almost throwing a no-hitter, you're in fucking trouble. And especially at this time of the year, you're in trouble. No bullshit. So the Sox got to get it together. Hey, they're losing the Yankee series 2-1. Unfortunate, but as even though there's games left, you're in crunch time. They got to get it together. That's all I got to say. No bullshit.
Yeah.
With that being said, real quick, I'm gonna show this real quick. Like Ant said earlier, Yanks obviously lead the American League as a whole at 87 and 62. Tigers right behind them at 85 and 65. And the Mariners are 82 and 68. Let me just add this to the stage. Word, there you go. My fault, everybody. My fault, chat. Obviously, Yankees, because of the loss, they're 83 and 63, but 2.5 ahead in the first wild card spot. Red Sox in second with a 1-game lead at 82 and 68. The Astros obviously dropped down due to their loss today, and the Mariners win at 81 and 69. But if you look, the Rangers, again, 2 games behind for the final wild card spot at 79 and 71.
And the Guardians
are right there. The Guardians are right there at 78 and 71. So I tell you, this is going down to the wire, chat. The Red Sox, for us, you can't fuck shit up, because if you fuck shit up, man, there's teams right behind you that are right there for taking that spot, I should say. So hey, man, we're getting down to the wire. They got to keep on rolling, and they got to keep on winning. That's it. But with that being said, let's move on to the Patriots chat. Real quick, I'm going to show y'all a picture. And I'm going to show you the last time the Patriots won in Miami.
Well, I got a question for you, bro. You got NFL Plus right here, right? Real quick. You still logged in?
Am I still logged in? That's a good question. I should be, yeah.
I was thinking maybe you could probably pull up the first drive here real quick, bro.
Oh, facts. Let's see.
Yeah, I was thinking real quick for those who are watching WTHHS. Sorry, just real quick while he pulls up the little bit. I think it would be interesting for you guys to see this real quick in terms of the Pats recap and what they improved on throughout the game. The first drive was definitely an example of something that I think Nero should definitely show you guys. I'm not taking over his live for those watching. Not taking over his live. I just obviously wanted to make sure we have like an integration here. So Nero and I, we pay for NFL Plus for you guys, so you guys are able to see some live film stuff. We can show you guys a little bit of whatever X, Y, and Z. So I think with that being said, the Patriots, they got a lot to work on offensively this week. And with the Patriots recap, I think this example of the first drive would definitely go to show you the improvements made throughout the game, which if you watch the game was very clearly on the Patriots side a lot of the game. Yeah. But also at the same time, the defense did give the Dolphins a chance to get back into games at certain points. And I also think more than people realize, this was a game where special teams was more involved than a lot of the other games today.
Oh, yeah.
Kicking, punting, and returning did matter a lot in this game today. I think the difference was that special teams, and I think that's why the Patriots won today, was special teams. Yeah. So, Nero, if you have found the first drive, I would like to dissect the first drive a little bit.
So, actually, I got this, but it looks like we don't have the all-22 film yet. Because now, just showing y'all. Let me see.
That's fine. We won't get copyrighted. Chat, for those watching, we won't get copyrighted. This is film. We got film for y'all. We have an NFL Plus subscription. We do pay for this on behalf of WTHHS and behalf of Bay State Media. We pay for this for you guys, so to be able to show you guys live plays and live stuff to be able to show you. So this first drive, if we could just start at the beginning here. Yeah, you look at this look.
I don't think it's going to show like the overview of it. Let me see if I can get this all the way.
It won't, but hit play. Pause right here. Hold on, sorry. Pause at the beginning.
I got you. Yep.
you can skip back 10 seconds real quick. So hit play again. So you look on this first drive. All right, cool. Whatever. That's like the kickoff. Cool. And then pause right here. Look at this right here. All right. Drake May, brother, if we are looking at you to look for improvements, right? You look at this look. It is a very, very, very cover 2 with a front 7 look, a 4-3 look. You got a very easy look here where I feel like the running back matchup and the tight end matchups on the tight ends could be favorable here. But it's the first play of the game, so narrow you play right here. You know, establish the run. First play of the game, establish the run. Get a couple yards. Beautiful, right? All right, on to the next play. Boom, pause right there. Look at this look. You got double on the right. You got an X, an X, a Y, and a Z with your tight ends there. Drake May right here. Single back look. I love this single back look. Now, if you look at the defense right here, the defense here, they got 4 stacked across the board on the 40-yard line. To me, as a quarterback, that would tell me they are more worried about maybe the underneath, or we're just lined up in a place where this outside guy at the bottom, right here at the bottom, and I think it's number 26. He's out here on the defense, on the defensive end right here on the bottom. So if you hit play right here, hit play. He moves a little bit. His zone. Now hit stop. Pause right there. You see where 26 is, right? That movement to Drake May as a quarterback, to myself, who would have probably seen that, that would have told me we are in zone. Cool. This defense is in zone. That's everything that would have told me. He did not shade the player who moved in motion in terms of following or shadowing him.
Right.
So I think a lot of these adjustments Drake May could look at. Now you can hit play again. You hit play here. Quick run. Establish the run. Couple more yards. You run against the zone. Good zone run. Awesome. Establish that. Boom. Go ahead. You can hit play.
Pause right. Oh, no.
Go ahead.
Right, so it looks
he's
like
reading it right here.
Yeah.
He sees everything. He sees it all, right? He's got the 4-3. He sees it in his face. Now, look, it looks like in this look, it looks like man coverage single high. Man coverage cover 1. That's what it looks like.
Indeed.
So it looks like that. But out of this formation, they very well could run a man. But in this formation, the Dolphins like to run a lot of this out of this formation, a zone look.
Right.
And because they don't have the man corners in Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard anymore, and Minkah Fitzpatrick is the middle ball guy, the ball hawk guy. He is just the guy there in no man's land. Minkah Fitzpatrick is going to find himself in no man's land a lot without the corner talent to back him up. And the pass rush is injured. Jalen Phillips injured. A couple guys injured. So the pass rush is not going to be able to provide for enough. I think Drake May saw this here. You hit play. 3rd and 1. First quarter. Awesome. Formation, zone, automatic. Good run. Good play call by Josh McDaniels. Pause it right there. Go back 10 seconds. Go ahead. Hit play. Pause. Right here. Look at that linebacker that just moved where your cursor is near the play button. Move backwards. I think Drake May saw that. I think he understood the assignment. I think that is a good improvement for a second-year quarterback to understand certain assignments and certain formations that teams like to run.
Right.
So I think him recognizing that, I think he looked at this here. You can see his head right here on the screen, his head movement, everything. He's looking right in this direction. I think he notices that. Hit play. Pause right there. The motion, that motion. When you didn't see somebody in the safety go for that motion who is going to be an inside blocker. If you guys look at the backfield right now, Drake May is handing off. But look at the player right in front of the running back. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that is Mac Hollins going in motion.
No, that's actually it looks like
or Hunter Henry.
That's Hunter Henry, yeah.
One or the other. It's Mac Hollins or Hunter Henry. A big guy. A very big guy with strength and size and mobility. Hit play. Going to block right here.
Boom. And even so,
boom.
Even though
isolated.
Even though he didn't get the block initially, with him going in motion, he tripped. The linebacker flew right into him. Boom, hit each other.
And that linebacker made it look. You hit play right here, explosive. The line did its job. Boom. Get right through it. Good physical run.
Mm-hmm.
Then, next play. I mean, this is a tough play to monitor, right? Pause right here.
I'll go back a little.
Go back 10 seconds. It's all right. But you got a little bit of a different formation. So, when we go into this formation right here, you're going to see it. Pause right here. Single back formation. You got a 2 wide receiver look, 2 tight end.
Yep.
You got a little bit of, 1 tight end. I lied to you. 1 tight end. You got a 1 tight end look, single back look here. 1 tight end. You got an X and a Y. Cool. Actually, you don't even got an X here. You got a Z because he's inside the numbers at the 50 here. So technically, yeah, he would be your X. So I guess you could say he's your X, but more of a guy who's Y and Z are more so inside the numbers. I'll tell you, as a nigga who primarily played the Y and the Z, these were primarily where I played at. Inside. So a lot of these routes you're going to run inside the Y and the Z are going to be what I like to call, and not a lot of people would call, trap routes. Like as a receiver, I like to call trap. I would like to just trap my defender in a place where if I can stack him and get in front of him and square him and level him, I can go inside or out or post corner or up and post corner. In the slot, you got to think about how many chess moves it takes with the outside guy to work inside.
Yeah.
So, he hit play here.
Got you.
Look at this inside work on the right side of the screen. Look at that. Beautiful. Boom. Boom. I do think blocking was an issue here on Hunter Henry's part.
Right.
Go back 10 seconds.
They did have 2 tight ends, actually. They had Austin Hooper and Hunter Henry.
Okay.
Yep.
So they did have a 2 tight end set. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Right by the cursor. 2 tight end set. I mean, you look here, hit play. You look here. Pause right here.
Yep.
Right around the end. Henry does not get to this block on the outside fastest enough.
Yeah.
I feel like if he prevented this block from him getting outside, right where you're at on this cursor on the play button, if you look where the defender is blocked against Henry, it's very, very clear that Henry knew the assignment, but this player outworked him just a tiny bit.
Right.
He got outside of him. He was able to get outside. Look right there. Beautiful job, Nero. Beautiful job. He was able to get outside. Now he could reach his arm out, grab him, touch him, do whatever he wants while trying to shed a block. That's tough. I get it. But then you turn, you hit play. Good vision. You get outside there. It's a fake.
Yep.
But then he realizes that and goes inside. He knows that ball's not there. So while you're watching this image right here, he is already very well past the awareness point that the ball is not going to the flat, considering he knows that his guy on film, who is the bottom corner right here in this situation, guarding the the running back that came out the flat, which was right there, he knows his assignment. He knows that his player on his side of the field has his assignment. He hit play right here. May doesn't. He shouldn't have stepped up here.
Yeah.
Right here in this position,
backwards. Yeah.
He should have went to go take 1 jab step up and went backwards, which we see a lot of Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. A lot of these guys go fake the step up and go outside.
Yeah.
Either their tackle or their guard, depending on the positioning of the line in the pocket. So this to me, obviously he was looking downfield the whole way, and I think he heard this said player coming. So when he heard this said player coming, you can hit play.
Yep.
He heard this said player coming, and right there, there's nothing he could do.
Exactly.
And that's not on Drake May.
Yeah.
I will say one thing. That's not on Drake May. So just, hit play real quick. We'll go to the next play.
Yep.
Just a play where that really wasn't on Drake May. I feel like he probably could have stepped backwards and probably gone outside here. But he did, I guess, the right thought process. You can pause. The right thought process on actually stepping up, trying to get into that position where you can step up in the pocket, make a field, and make the whole entire field a threat, and make yourself not only a runner, but also a threat as a passer before the line of scrimmage. Absolutely. So on this play, you can see very clearly here, trip set,
running backs. Yep.
double back trip set. This is for a multitude of different options. And when it comes to your running backs, right here, there probably might be an audible for check and release, but I think the check and release should go to the secondary. I think the most explosive or the most dangerous should go to the first running back. So on this situation, look here, hit play.
Pause it real quick. All right, we see it's a pass.
Now, automatic. Wait, go back. Sorry, go back.
No, you're good. Yep.
Hit play.
Yeah,
we're good. Yeah, but right on this play right here. Pause.
A pause right. Yep.
May. He's looking at everything. He doesn't even give himself time to look. That ball is already out the center. That should not happen.
Yep.
May should be able to dictate the timing and everything.
Yes.
He was a little surprised on this play. Hit play. Stop right there. Automatic. As a quarterback, as myself, if I know I'm into trips in a double back set with 3 linebackers, there has to be a mismatch here with a tight end in play somewhere in a trip set.
Yep.
There has to be a mismatch somewhere here. Has to. There's no way you could tell me as a QB. There's no way you could tell me that there's not a situation here where someone is going to be open. Now hit play. Pause right here.
Yep.
He made up his mind. Good read. Amazing read. The check down wasn't there, but unfortunately, as you can see by this pause, it was very clear that this ball wasn't able to get to its spot because he didn't give himself enough time to check on the left side as a whole.
Yep.
This check down where Gibson is at the bottom right of the screen, or it might not even be Gibson. It might be Henderson.
No, it's Henderson. Yeah. It's Henderson.
Yeah, it might be Henderson. I think maybe that's a rookie thing. He might have hit this wheel or this outside check and release too early. If you go back 10, you can see he automatically goes out. That might be the play call.
Yep.
Right? And when he goes automatically out of this set, you can see that he doesn't even think twice about going out left. Like right here, doesn't even think twice about going out left. Doesn't even think about it.
Yeah.
But he could have squared himself to the 40-yard line more. Yeah. And I know people are going to tell me, oh, he would have taken a loss for yards. No, he would have set himself up for more space if he gave Drake May more of a straight line horizontally, and he could get upfield vertically and trust that his block from Hunter Henry is going to be there. Yeah, if he set up his block right, he probably could have gotten the ball here. And I feel like this is a film thing they're going to have to go through. Because if I'm noticing this right now, they 100% are noticing this right now. So hit play. Yep, stop. Too much of a decision too early right there.
Yeah.
We could have given it to the check down. Just due to Hunter Henry being upfield, taking his receiver upfield in man coverage. Henry probably could have taken him a little bit more. And that is something they'll probably look in the playbook, and Josh McDaniels will go back to the drawing board. I trust Josh McDaniels. He'll probably go back to the drawing board. So that's a play right there that I felt like, you get a play. That's a play right there. I felt like we could have maybe done a little bit more. Probably could have got a couple guys more acclimated, but, again, rookies, second-year players, is what it is, And
even so, you also had Ramondre Stevenson right here, too. And the thing is, when he threw that ball, Ramondre Stevenson didn't even look yet. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, go back 20.
A couple seconds, he might have even had Ramondre Stevenson to at least, if Ramondre Stevenson catches the ball hypothetically right here, you have all this space that these two backers right here can probably meet him right there. That's still right there. That's still about a 5-6 yard gain from what he just threw Hunter Henry. Because all this open space right here, man, that's enough room right there to give at least Ramondre Stevenson some yards to get the ball. And even to make some solid contact, where if you think he might end up right there, he could easily end up right over here where these guys are at because of the hard contact that he brings. So if you would have let the play out just a little longer, he had another option right here instead of just making his mind and throwing to Hunter Henry.
It does, but go back 20. We'll go back to the formation, right?
Yeah.
It was right here. It was very clear when you go into the next play. It was very clear when you go into this play. They had 2 different assignments right here.
Yep.
Stevenson's assignment was clearly check and release to see if anything was there.
Yeah.
And obviously it was man, so nothing was there. There was no zone spy. There was no zone outside. There was no zone cover 6 flat guy.
Yep.
it was really just, okay, check and release. I'm here. Hit play.
Yep.
Pause. Right here.
Little back.
You are right. You are right. He could have hit Stevenson right where you're looking at, right on this pause.
Yep.
Go back 10 again.
Yep. I got you. I'll let it play out, but I'll pause it.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely.
I'm already knowing. I got you.
So,
let it play out. Boom. You see the formation. All right. Boom. He's
right
goes
here.
out.
Right here. Look at that. May should know his assignments. He should know. As a QB, you're supposed to know everybody's assignment.
Yep.
Even the 11 guys on defense, you're supposed to know their assignments by film. This is why film is very important in football. And I don't think a lot of people understand how important what we're doing right now is.
Yes.
So, automatically, if I may, and I see on the left, automatic run up. And I know that there's a linebacker because you look at his head movement, right? He can see Hunter Henry right here at the bottom left of your screen. He can see Hunter Henry. If you want to circle that with your cursor real quick, he can see Hunter Henry right here.
Yep.
Right there. He's there. There's a guy in front of him who is clearly his second option. This is the difference in processing speed when it comes to quarterbacks, right? A guy like Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen would process this in half a second.
Right.
May, who's a second-year guy, it might take him a second.
Yeah.
A whole second, which is the whole difference between completing a pass and not completing it.
Yes.
So, right here, it's very clear, like you circled at the bottom of the screen, Hunter Henry. He's not in a one-on-one matchup. It's very clear that they bluffed zone and went to man.
Yes.
So now you hit play.
Yep.
Hit pause. Too early for me. I don't like this decisiveness too early.
Right.
Yeah.
This is too early for me.
Because
In a pocket where you can move.
Yeah.
This is a very clear pocket. If you look at the pocket and you circle the pocket there, this is a very clear pocket he can move in.
Yep.
He does not have to make an automatic decision. He could have took one step up, flacked it to his right on Stevenson, right here in this moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is like a film thing that you have to go and watch. So he doesn't see this in real time, mind you, for those watching or anybody watching on advance on past whatever the time we're on live. But he sees this in real time right now. His assignment is to look left first. It's very clear. He looks left the whole way when he gets the snap. So his very clear assignment is to look left.
Absolutely. And what he sees also when he's throwing the ball, mind you,
defender barreling.
This backer right here, when he's
barreling down,
he's barreling down on Travion Henderson. That's why he threw it right there. He saw that the linebacker was going to Henderson. He threw this ball. If he just would have waited, right? If he would have waited, obviously, Madre Stevenson's right here. What, like Mari said, if he just would have waited at least 1 or 2 more seconds, he could have saw, if he held the ball still, okay, let me fake that I'm throwing right here. I got this guy wide open because there's nobody in this section right here. Not one person. Everybody's worried about Mac Hollins, Stephon Diggs. Nobody's really worried about Ramondre Stevenson right here.
And an 8-yard radius,
An 8-yard radius, exactly. Everybody, even the backers are more concerned with Travion Henderson because of what he brings. The shiftiness coming out of the backfield.
Josh McDaniels playbook, brother.
Exactly. So and all it is.
Drake May's got a lot to learn.
Exactly. Even when you play it, look, boom, he gets right there. Fucking Hunter Henry doesn't catch the ball, obviously, because.
And I hate to say this, but
yeah, exactly.
Brady would have saw that.
Yeah.
This is the standard that Patriots fans have been handed. Brady would have saw that.
Right.
This is now at the point where you have Vrabel and McDaniels as coaches.
Yes.
This is the type of shit we should be expecting where he should be able to see that. We are expecting that.
Exactly.
So, we'll continue. Sorry.
All right, word. You got 3. Basically.
Yep. 3rd and 13 here. 3rd and 13.
3rd and 13. You got a formation again. Two backers. They both switch sides. So now Henderson's on Drake May's right side. Stevenson's on his left. Except instead of this being Hunter Henry right here, he's now right here. You got Stephon Diggs right here, and Mac Hollins is on Drake May's left side. So you still have 2 receivers, 1 tight end. Right? Boom. Let's see. Pause right there. All right, boom. Obviously, you have the receivers running their routes.
And I hate to say this, as a quarterback, when you look at the start of the line here, I mean, you should know off rip right here. This is just straight up selective man coverage out of his own look. But continue.
Absolutely. Yep, exactly. Let's see how it plays out. Boom. Both backers come. They both chip. The ends right here.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. He's looking for his guys.
He could have stepped.
He stepped up.
He could have went one step back here to reset.
Yep.
And then could have stepped up again when everybody went to go move from side to side in the tackle position down the field.
Yep. Absolutely. Okay, I'll press play. He now finally gets it to Ramondre Stevenson. He saw the look from the previous play that nobody was on him. Boom, he got it to him. Now look. Stevenson gets close. He doesn't make it. He doesn't make it to the first down, but he got almost what? I think it was third and 13. I think it was.
Yeah, 10 yards.
And now you got this 4th and 3 look, right? You got this 4th and 3 look. Mind you, this look right here, it's almost similarly to the first look we saw from the Patriots. The first look they gave. Except you have a shotgun back look here instead of a single back. So it's the same thing that you saw in the single back formation, right? But it is completely different because they are in shotgun. They are not in single back. And they're not in I. Yep. So there's no drop back here enough to a point where Drake May has to go crazy. Now, if you hit play,
Pause
you'll see. Pause right here.
Pause right here.
Now, look, you got a very clear pick play on your right.
Yep.
I think he does a good job with his eyes of focusing his eyes down the middle of the field here.
Yep.
He moves, and what people don't understand is, as a quarterback, you have to move the defense with your eyes to get to where you want. This is very imperative for any quarterbacks or people watching that thinks that quarterback is just about throwing the shit on time. You have to move them with your eyes first. So Drake May does a very veteran job and a good second-year job. Hit play, moving the middle of the defense with his eyes. Boom, right there. Even though he moves the middle, that pick play on the right, great design by Josh McDaniels. Amazing design. Go back 10 real quick. Go back 10. Look at this design real quick. You guys will see this. This play design is beautiful. That's why I made Josh McDaniels offensive coordinator GOAT. Pick play on the right up the middle. Send a guy right up the middle to the fucking line, to the first down line.
Yep.
Get him there in a man coverage look. You just saw the same look on the previous play. This is why people don't understand. Coaching is a game of chess. Absolutely. It's literally a game of chess, bro.
Absolutely.
Legit. You got to watch hours of film to look at tendencies on both sides. And McDaniels did his homework. Right here, he saw a zone to man bluff.
Yes.
And immediately, his first instinct was send a tight end like Henry, who's a beautiful pass-catching tight end. Hooper, beautiful pass-catching tight end. Send them over the middle and send pick plays on the outside with a guy like Henry who is dangerous after the catch. And send him with a guy on the other side like Diggs or a guy like Boutte who has already been in the playbook. Send him on that and send him on there. Send those guys outside and see if it happens. This is actually a disguised RPO enough to a point. What people don't realize, it don't look like an RPO.
Yeah.
This is a delayed RPO. This is the difference between college and NFL. You're not going to see a delayed RPO in the college game, bro.
Absolutely.
You're going to see a straight RPO.
Absolutely.
This is a delayed RPO. Pick route's not there. Hit play.
Yep.
Pick route's not there. Immediately after the pick, over the middle, he's got two options. And this is a great option route by both.
Yep.
He got underneath. McDaniels, play design. This is what won the game this week.
Absolutely. And what I will say, I'm gonna go back real quick to show also why McDaniels is so smart, because look, obviously, like Amari said, you have the pick up here, and with Hooper running this route, all it really is Hooper's running the middle route and Diggs is following him. That's all it is. That's all it's a straight line.
Middle route seam decoy.
If he's going,
middle route seam decoy to a sit. Sit.
Yes.
And that is the difference between NFL and college.
Yes.
A middle route seam decoy right there for a tight end to go into a wide receiver slot post dig sit is where the NFL varies from college.
Absolutely. And as you see, Stephon Diggs catches it, moves the change.
Yards.
He gets over 10 yards right there.
The
Big
chains. Yep.
moving the chains. That's all it is. It's a chess. You're playing chess out here. You're not playing
But
chess.
yeah, myself, that's what I have here for a little bit of a film breakdown of how the Patriots approach the game. Nero, if you got more and you want to keep going on this drive, do your thing.
Honestly, let's finish this drive.
Let's keep going. Yeah,
I have
yeah.
something. I have something from the last drive. Actually, go back to the third down play.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw one thing. Interestingly enough.
Oh, third down. I bet. There you
Yeah.
go. All right. So we start.
Well, this is a second down play, but yeah. Just let it
I got
play.
you. I got you.
That's fine. Yeah. Yep. Good completion here.
Yes, sir.
Good look by May. Knew his assignment.
What I
Hit
saw
pause. Hit pause.
earlier- What? No, go a little further. Actually.
Yeah, hit 10. Hit 10.
Stop
Go
here.
play.
Right here. Keep
You
going.
have Henderson at the 50-yard, at like the 48-yard line in space right there. Not where Stevenson is at the 50, but a little past.
Right here.
You have him in space where there's no
Hit play.
coverage whatsoever.
Watch. Right
There's
here.
nobody.
Right?
That's
There's
what
nobody.
I.
Then hit play again. Hit play again.
Yeah.
No matter what, I'll be honest with you, they would have gotten to either one of them. Now go back
Oh, yeah.
20. Go back 20. Let me just tell you real quick. The reason why they would have got pause right there. They were split out wide nearly at the same yard mark at the 50.
Yeah.
They were split in their given formation.
Right.
Kind of here as Nero, who was a running back, very prestigious running back, Lexington High School. He knows. His assignment here, Nero, who knows as a running back.
Yep.
Your assignment here on a third down look on a long third and long, right? Your assignment, I know, would to just be a safe bet in case the defense cushions the line.
Yes.
Where I feel like Stevenson did not approach it this way. I think he tried to get as close to the line away from the defense as possible, whereas Henderson actually gave himself an opportunity here. Hit play. Pause. Look where Henderson is and look where Stevenson is from the moment that Stevenson engages in a ball.
Mm-hmm.
There is more of a, and that's like a quarterback read, whereas if they were heavily designed to the left hash mark, depending on where the ball was spotted, go back 10, hit play.
I got you.
And then you see where the ball was spotted at the hash here, right?
Yep.
Almost on the left side hash.
Left side hash. Yep.
So Drake May as a quarterback, he's got to right here. Go ahead, hit play. Pause right there. Look
Yep.
left first. You have to look left first.
Right.
If you know that you are on the left hash, you have less space for everybody on the left hash. You got more blockers, but you have less space for your blockers to run into. So this has to be a timing thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they have to go back to the drawing board and the playbook on this formation and play. This has to be a timing thing. And May, he has to look left, right. Boom, right here. Perfect frame. Perfect frame. He is faced somewhat towards the right side of the field.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He should have looked back left, feinted, pump faked, and gone to Henderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you are in a two-back set and you have the two options of both of them running down. These are your safety blankets, bro.
Yep.
Trust your safety blankets. This is what got Tom Brady successful for 20 plus years.
Yep.
Trusting his safety blankets, bro. Shane Vereen, James
Yeah.
White.
Yep.
I'm telling you, guys that niggas would never fucking sit here and remember from Patriots Super Bowls
Kevin
that
Clark.
got this man and
What
helped this man. James White is one of the best players we've ever seen in the playoffs. Julian Edelman is one of the best playoff players we've ever seen. Danny Amendola, Aaron Hernandez, Rob Gronkowski. Some of these guys aren't even generational talents. Some are. But what do they all have in common? The guy that led them there, the guy that took them there, was the guy that set them up in the right position to win. And
Yep.
Drake May, if you want to have any resemblance of memory when it comes to this, you are going to have to fucking look at these plays like this. Because I know Tom Brady, when I saw the NFL films of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick sitting there talking about high post cover from Ed Reed and learning how to game plan against Ed Reed every month, one nigga, every year. Drake May, this is the type of meticulism you are going to need to use. Hit play real quick.
Absolutely.
Right here. Boom. Pause. That ball should have never went to Stevenson. Those defenders
That's
were
why I
already.
mentioned it. Yeah.
it should have gone to Henderson.
Yeah.
And he could have, go back 10 real quick. Hit play.
I got you.
And you'll see right here in the pocket. You'll see the example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this, right? Pause right here. Pause.
Yep.
This is where he doesn't do what he does. And after you hit play, when I say hit play, you'll see. He does not reset himself to make himself a dangerous passer in another area of the field.
Yeah.
Which, shout out to M2 QB Academy. I saw a lot of their plays. Shout out Hudson Garrity, Massachusetts Archbishop Williams freshman, #1 freshman in the country across all private school football teams. Hudson Garrity is the #1. They teach him this concept, right?
Mm-hmm.
They teach him the step-up concept, the side-to-side concept. Shout out M2 QB Academy, because I've watched their paid thing. You guys can go follow them on YouTube. Right here, I've seen him teach Hudson Garrity this specific drill. And Drake May didn't even do the exact sentiment here that was expressed in this drill. Hit play.
Yep.
Hit play. Right there. You guys saw the step up.
Yep.
He stepped up and only took 2 steps. He didn't even reset himself into the pocket.
Yeah.
Like, reset yourself as a quarterback to make yourself a threat, whether that's a runner or a passer. The reason why Aaron Rodgers was so good for so long about what he did is because he reset himself as a passer.
Yep.
A lot of the times. Even though he wasn't the most athletic runner, he could still get 5 to 10 yards if it were a first down or required him to, if all else failed.
Yeah.
I think Drake May should not. I know we talked about him playing to his strengths, but I think the strength that hasn't been unleashed is Drake May's arm and his ability to place balls in certain spots. He is able to do that. So he'll play here.
Yep.
And you'll see. Got to this check down. Everybody converged. It is what it is. You get here, right?
Yep.
4th down. We're looking at this, right? Pause right here. Beautiful pocket. Looking over the middle. If you look across the line as a QB, go back 10 real quick. You'll see. Go back 10. You'll see what I'm saying, right? Hit here. Cool. Stevenson, awesome. We got across, right? Boom. You go and you see this play. Keep going, right? You see the rush. Then you see the drop back blitz. Go to your left a tiny bit where the 40-yard line marker is. You see that linebacker right here? This dime look. This is what we call a dime somewhat look. And sometimes in these dime looks, you can put a linebacker in place of on a certain on a certain side of the line. You can put a cornerback or a safety in to minimize or mitigate risk when it comes to explosive outside run plays, which Stevenson and Henderson thrive in the middle, and they're able to get outside and have enough speed outside to get outside.
Right.
So I think the Dolphins were definitely worried about that on film from last week.
Absolutely.
Then you hit play here.
Yep.
Pause right here. Right there. Boom. Bad wide receiver sit right here. Whoever that is right in the middle, circle it with your cursor
right here.
there.
That's
definitely
Bad wide receiver sit. Look at the gap. Go in the middle towards the hash marks. You circle the hash marks right there in the middle.
Yep.
A little bit down. A little bit down.
Right here.
A little bit to your left. Right where the receiver is. Go to where now go bottom. Where the receiver is on the patch, go bottom.
Oh, right here.
You see him, Stevenson. He's not even being paid attention to.
Yeah.
And look at the 2 defenders, the 2 Miami defenders, lowest at the 40-yard line. All converging in this soft spot zone. Clearly, the zone defense on the Dolphins identified this was a soft sit. Hit play.
Yep.
Doesn't even see Stevenson. Goes right to the sit. Fine, you got a completion. That's cool. Cool, that's fine. I'm not even going to gripe and complain beyond that until pause. But what I will say is I would have liked to see Stevenson get the sit play there on the check down.
Yeah.
Because I know Brady would have seen that.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I know Mac Jones would have honestly seen that too. Because there is film, and niggas don't want me to bring up the film to prove that. But niggas would have seen that too.
Yeah.
So if you hit play here, you got the same look. They're showing the same look. McDaniels, his genius ideas, right? The thing about McDaniels, his genius ideas are, I'm going to show you the same look, and you're never going to know what the fuck I'm going to run out of it.
Yeah.
You're never going to know.
And you see
That is
right here.
McDaniel's look here. So,
Yep.
Nero, Connor, after this look here, I want to see what you guys see after this look, and then tell me, and then I'll show you guys what I saw.
You want me to go back?
Yeah, absolutely.
I bet I got you. All right, word. So obviously he's motioning Hunter Henry. Boom. He motioned him, but you also have Austin Hooper right here at tight end. You got this looks like Travion Henderson right here. So you have Gibson right here at running back. Travion Henderson, it looks like number 32 right here lined up funny as a tight end. And then it looks like
that might be Diggs.
It might be no, actually it looks like that's actually Kyle Williams.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was just gonna say that is Kyle Williams.
That's Kyle Williams out there, actually. All right, boom.
Yep.
So obviously he's faking the handoff. It's a play action. Boom. You see Hunter Henry, he sits.
Yeah.
He's sitting. He's mainly blocking. What does it do? Actually, no, that's actually Jack Westover. That's a fullback Jack Westover. He's running this way, but Austin Hooper took on 2 blockers and got free.
Yeah.
And what does he do? He looks back, right? Because nobody's looking at Austin Hooper. They thought he was blocking. He's going out there to catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's literally 3 tight ends right there. You're converged on. But when everybody looks like when one guy looks like he's blocking, everybody's gonna take his eyes off him. What does it do? It leaves him open.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
There you go. Amar, you anything on this play right here, by the way? Oh, actually, they're gonna show the sky look.
Yep. So here's the sky look right here. You guys see it. Automatically, right now, pause right there.
Yep.
Automatically offer single high safety.
Yep.
As a quarterback in this day and age, when you see single high safety in this day and age in spread offenses and West Coast offenses, your immediate indication is this nigga only has one choice. Underneath or over the top. When you see single high as a quarterback, your automatic... I'm not going to lie to you. If I'm sitting there and I'm Drake May, and let me take this from someone who plays in the NEFL, New England Football League, someone who's played in arena football, all this other shit. I'll tell you one thing. A moment I see single high, I'm attacking you as a wide receiver. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, you're going to have to guard me or I'm going one-on-one. And the moment you get me in a one-on-one, it's wraps. I'm catching that bitch.
Absolutely.
So there needs to be a guy on this team where we feel confident enough to say, this guy can actually threaten the defense enough to be that guy one-on-one.
Right.
Where in single high looks, he is a threat enough where if they double team him over the top, there's someone we have to trust underneath, which would be Hunter Henry. If Kayshon Boutte is a guy we can trust over the top, which he had 100 fucking yards and almost 10 catches the first week.
Yep.
I mean, if there is a guy you can just send on fades and streaks all day to create underneath the same way we did for Tom Brady when it came to Amendola, Wes Welker, Edelman, Hunter Henry, Gronkowski, guys who were able to catch the ball and able to create plays. If we can set these guys up in the ways that they can create plays the right way, Mac Hollins is not a fucking downfield wide receiver, bro. He's tall and big and strong, but he is an underneath kind of like a comeback speed out type of guy where he can catch certain of these passes where he's not going to wow you in the run after the catch. He's not going to wow you in the rack.
Yep.
He's not going to wow you in the yak.
Yep.
He's going to wow you in possession catches. He's going to wow you in catching the ball in certain spots on this offensive team where we might need a first down. We might need you to run that 5-yard out. Just get the first down so we can reset and think about ourselves here. Because we've taken a sack this drive so far. And we've done this so far. So I think in this situation they play.
Yep.
Good situation.
They use their fastest wide receiver.
Hit pause.
Yep.
Right here, right?
Wait a minute.
He's not even out of his break, but he gets a good block. Hit play. Pause it right here. Pause it right here. Now look at this, right? Immediately when he steps, this ball should be to exactly where you're circling on the 30-yard line. This ball should be guided immediately. But now it's his job to fade away from the safety help on this play. Because look, the linebacker already sees where you are circling by the 10-second mark there. He
Yep.
is already very well aware that he is a dangerous player. He's very already aware that this player, okay, he's a threat to catch this pass and score.
Yep.
Right? Hit play.
Yep.
Now pause. Ball should have been out by the time Hunter Henry was at the 20. Or excuse me. Whoever that was, I don't think it was Hunter Henry.
That's Austin Hooper.
Austin Hooper.
Hooper.
The ball should have been out at the 25.
Yep,
This is a late throw.
it is.
But also, Austin Hooper did himself a good job
Mm-hmm.
by staying mid. So the receiver over the top at the 10 there, if you can
Mhm.
circle that,
Yep.
can get over the top to get across
Yeah.
on what we would call, if you see at the start of the formation, when we go back to look at the last second of this play, you'll see he starts at the bottom in the slot and he goes all the way and works himself towards this route. So go back 10,
Yep.
hit play.
I got you.
This receiver right here, he works himself out there from into the tight end / slat, the spot right there. He works himself into an area where he is a threat. Now hit play. Pause here. He realistically could have gone where the 30 hash mark is there, along the hash marks above the 30, in between the 30 and the 25.
Yep.
At the top of your screen, he could have gone there at the tight end.
Yep.
And at the bottom of your screen at the 30, if you look at the 30 hash mark right there, he could have gone there at the bottom of the
That's
screen.
Hooper. Yeah, Hooper's at the 30, and then
Drake May,
20.
I love you to death. And Austin Hooper, I love you to death. But you two have to connect on this type of formation and play to understand that whenever you see this look, this should be a play inside this look every single time. And if you hit play real quick, now pause.
Yep.
Austin Hooper he's on the numbers. He does not get outside the numbers. If he gets outside the numbers on this play, now hit play.
Yep.
Hit pause. He got outside too late.
Yes.
Too late. When he was inside of the 30 on those numbers, he should have very well been inside the numbers on 30 to engage that linebacker to get outside. I know this is a film thing. I know people are watching. Yeah, he wouldn't have had the time. I know time is a very cautious and spacious thing in football. But he did have the time to fake an inside route to go to a fade to catch this ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
He could have faded himself enough.
He's gone. If he would have, if Drake May would have thrown this sooner, and if he actually, I'll tell you, because I'll go back to.
And
If
now
he
I'll
would've-
tell you one thing quickly before you go on to that real quick. Instead of it being a fade, it should have been a straight streak.
Yes.
Yep. Agreed.
Yes. Because
That's
if you look
fucked up
al-
on McDaniel's part. Should have been a
If-
straight streak.
If you look also right, if Austin Hooper, if he would have actually looked right about, I paused it, but right like a couple seconds before, and Drake
Yeah.
May, if he
Streak.
would've looked-
What he was
If
like
it-
the 31, 32.
He should have been a streak. This is what this play requires. He should have been a streak right outside the numbers. Hit play.
right, because he's gone.
Now hit pause right there. You see, he could have been right there is where he should have turned up field more.
Yeah.
Because that post corner, if you look at his head right there at the 5-yard line, go circle that.
Yeah. Yep.
His head is already turned. He can see Austin Hooper.
Yeah.
So his job, he could be like, if he is a athlete and a football player, and he can think within half-second spaces, which is what requires football and pro athletes to do, you are going to turn into the middle of the field to create yourself to be a target to take the safety away so that
Yeah.
Hooper can actually separate himself right here to
Correct.
go up on a fade streak outside right here where his inside shoulder is turned inside towards the quarterback where he can catch the ball and actually turn himself to make a play to get in the end zone. So this is a little bit of a play calling thing where they can actually adjust the stems and adjust where he wants him to stem. Because if you go back 10, Hunter Henry is already, he kind of feints himself to kind of turn outside, but then he feints to go outside to go fade them back up in terms of a fade streak. So if you watch Hunter Henry this whole play, look at Hunter Henry this whole play, right?
Right here.
Boom.
Where I'm cursing. Right here. Engage.
Watch him. Watch him. Oh, it wasn't Hunter. It was the
That's
other
not-
tight
that's
end.
not-
I apologize. It was the other tight end, not Hunter Henry. I
Oh,
apologize, chat.
you're talking about 37?
Yes, I'm sorry. From the bottom left. I'm sorry. Go back 10. I'm sorry. It was
Yes,
not
yes,
Hunter Henry. I
that's-
thought it was Hunter Henry the whole time. I'm sorry,
Yeah, that's
chat.
Westover. Yeah.
I'm on podcast stream. So, but if you look at the bottom left tight end here, bottom left tight end, if
Right
you
here.
see this line, right where at the end of the line, he goes and sneaks out. Look at the tight end where Aaron Narrow is circling. Watch
Right
this.
here.
Watch. Right here,
Westover,
check
he's
and
right.
release, right? Beautiful. Beautiful play action bluff. Beautiful
Yep.
play action bluff. Block chip from the running back, right? Then look. Watch. Hit play. This tight end leaks where Narrow's button is where he's hitting play. He leaks.
Right here.
Yeah,
And I think Narrow should, excuse me, not Narrow. Drake May should know, as Narrow and I know, when you have two tight end leaks here out of this formation and this coverage, you have both. Hit one of them in stride.
Yeah.
Right here, I know he's being pressured, but you should have you shouldn't. Look, circle where Drake May is.
Yep.
You shouldn't fucking be here.
Yeah.
You should not be here. You should turn your head around. Go back 10. I'm sorry. I hate to say this. Real quick before we get into the BC real quick. I know we got to get out of here. It's been 2 hours, but yep, let it play. Right here. Here! Pause.
Yep.
Your head should turn left. Left.
Absolutely.
Left. You should step towards your blocker. Turn your heads left. And the blocker tries to go outside. I know he doesn't know what he's going to do here, but hit play.
Yep.
Pause right there. Right here. You should know. That's enough time for you to know. Out of your peripheral vision. He is in your straight line vision enough where you don't have to turn your eyes or your head. He should be able to see here. I need to step up 3 to 4 yards. And I know this is a long reach when it comes to footwork. He should not be overextending when it comes to footwork to reach these yards. But if he is able to ground his footwork enough to step up, hit play.
Yep.
Pause right here. Right at that play. If he was able to step up enough with a couple more yards, he would have. You see how everybody on the defense is turned around and the ball's still in the air?
Yeah.
He could have easily gone to the right in this situation. He could have stepped up middle, gone to the right in this situation, or maybe stepped up middle and waited a half a second to see who was going to be open. And if there was nobody there, he could have genuinely probably run that bitch in. But genuinely remember what we said on this first play. You see those two high safeties. Circle those two high safeties.
Right here. Yep.
Remember those two high safeties when we were looking at this frame about 5 seconds before this frame. Remember that single high safety that is at that 5-yard line above the Patriots wide receiver. Circle him. His head was not turned in this direction.
Yeah.
So if May waited half a second, Austin Hooper, if he ran a streak fade and kept going on a streak fade, he would have had a touchdown.
He would have been
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
So this is something Josh McDaniels offense by play design. You can exit out of here, but yeah. So Josh McDaniels play design, dude, beautiful, right? The play design's there. It's been awesome. But with that play design being said, right? I mean, you got this drive right here. We can cap it off right here. Hit play. Straight run. Not much you can do. Try to just get more yards. It is what it is. You can let it play through here. Same look.
Another motion.
Same look. Literally the same look. Only play action. Literally the difference is the play action look here, and the Dolphins were all over this.
Absolutely. And look.
They were all over this. If you hit play.
And then bingo. TD.
Touchdown, though. They were all over it, right?
Yep.
But the difference was, go back, right? I'll tell you the difference.
I got
The difference between the play I dissected for y'all that set up the drive to this right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just explain it as you hit play. Look at this right here. You got Drake May, right? Boom. Same height. Boom. Motion. Fake handoff. Boom. Right here. Right there. The difference in levels. Matt Collins ran a different route this time. This is the beauty of Josh McDaniels.
Yes.
You set guys up in positions where they are uncomfortable. Even though Matt Collins is completely defended, there is a guy over the top who can catch this pass, God forbid, if Matt Collins can't make this play. And yes,
McDaniels, you guys might think, oh, McDaniels doesn't prep for this. And no, he preps for that, dude.
Right.
This is the dissection of coaching. This is what it
Absolutely.
takes.
And also
So-
what it is also is this defense initially, right? Going back real quick as we cap it off, because this is where we're only looking at the
Tell them what they show. They
So,
show
like-
right here. Box look.
yes.
Box look.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Absolutely.
expecting a run they're expecting a run in a single back formation. You look at the box look, hit play.
Yep.
Box look.
This comes in motion.
Pause. Then right here, it flexes to two single high,
Yes.
right? They can take the quarter left of the end zone, the left safety, the free safety or the strong safety, however this is aligned for them.
Yep.
The left safety takes the left corner of the end zone. The right safety takes the right corner. They're
Yep.
late getting to their assignments because of having to protect the underneath.
Exactly.
Josh McDaniels' beauty.
Absolutely. And what they're also focused on, right? If you look at this route, this is Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper just had a big game, right? So what is this linebacker going to do? Boom. Actually, my fault. What is this corner going to do? Initially,
Protect the middle where
Protect
Hooper
the
was
middle.
before and Henry was before.
Absolutely. Right? So what does that leave? It leaves Mac Hollins open on a corner route towards the back of the end zone. He didn't get
On a nice little fake dig to post corner, which a lot of
Yes.
receivers don't know how to run. Shout
Yes.
out Jamar Chase, I'll tell you. Jamar Chase, BTJ, CeeDee Lamb. Go watch those guys chat.
Absolutely. And it
They run
worked
this route
here for Mac
perfectly.
Hollins. Hell yeah. Nobody was expecting Mac Hollins to catch that ball because they
Nope.
didn't focus on him in the whole drive. They didn't try to throw to him. Simple.
Yep.
You just got
But-
it's playing chess with checkers.
Nero, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
On this type of dissection right here, dude, we're on your show. I definitely want to pick your brain.
Mm.
How do you feel about this type of dissection from Josh McDaniels? Do you think that we can put up 30 points a week still? And do you think that we can turn Drake May not into Tom Brady, but can we turn him into a guy that can make other players better around him the same way we had Tom Brady making players better around him?
Absolutely. I mean, the one guy, especially going back to last year, that has really shown out because of Drake May has been Kayshon Boutte, right?
Yep.
We're not going to go through the film on Kayshon Boutte. Kayshon Boutte only had one catch today. And what was it? It was a touchdown. And it was a 50-50 ball that he trusted his guy, and Kayshon Boutte came out with it on former Patriots corner Mac Jones, right? So if a guy like Drake May utilizes his receivers correctly and to his strengths and actually believes in them to give them the ball, guys can make plays. Just like how Mac Hollins just made this play, just like how Austin Hooper made the play a couple plays before, right? If you just give this guy the knowledge of an offense and how to run it and continuously get on his ass on making the right plays, guys will be in better positions and guys will show out. Because I tell you, even you look at this team right now, who's the one receiver everybody's focused on? Just on
Stephon
the team in general?
Diggs.
It's
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, right? They're not focused on Kayshon Boutte. They're not focused on Mac Hollins. You're not even, and it's crazy. You're not really even focused on Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. You're focusing on that
As
guy.
fucked up as it sounds, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're not even focused on Demario Douglas. And Demario Douglas, he hasn't thrown out just yet. He has a touchdown catch from last week. But
He's been open, though.
But
If
he
you
has
watch
been open.
the All-22, he's been open, though.
He has been open. That's a fact. He just
Yep.
Drake May just has to trust him and actually make the plays to get him the ball. But in an offense like this, and even how Mac Jones ran it a few years ago when he was man in the huddle, you can make a lot of guys look better. You can, if you utilize your players right, guys will show out. Look at the year Kendrick Bourne had a few years ago with Josh McDaniels and Mac Jones,
Or even the playoff year.
and even exactly. It's
Even
like
the playoff year, he had a good year, dude. He was literally the only one with a pulse against that Bills team. He was literally the only offensive player outside of Mac Jones who had a literal pulse. Like
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So if you just put these guys in the right position and Drake May trusts his receivers and actually gets the ball to them, you're gonna see plays like this throughout the whole year. Whether it's Mac Hollins, Demario Douglas, Stephon Diggs, Kayshon Boutte, even Kyle Williams. Simple. That's all it is. If you utilize your receivers and you utilize this offense and let the offense itself take place, guys will be this open. Now, will they pull a 30 ball next week against the Steelers? Who knows? Because you see that Steelers defense, all the stars they have, they've got 30 dropped on them 2 games in a row by a Jets team that shouldn't have dropped 30, and by a Seattle team that used that that kickoff mishap to their advantage.
Right.
It's simple. You just got to use your receivers and you got to stay composed. That's it.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's simple. And mind you, once he really gets a grasp of this offense, hey, you might see a consistent 30 ball as the times go on.
Yeah.
You just
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
Just got to trust your receivers and even your runners. That's it.
But yeah, that's a little bit of a late night breakdown for y'all, real quick. But
Absolutely. Hell
yeah. What do we got next, brother?
What do we got next? Real quick.
DC?
No, actually. So what I'll do real quick, because I know just to give the stats. I'm not going to dive into the stats completely on this. I'm just
do it.
I'm just gonna tell y'all the main culprits of this game. Obviously,
Talk to a nigga.
The score was 33-27, right? Drake May, 19 and 23 passing, 230 yards, 82% completion percentage, and 2 touchdowns. Great game by him. Ramondre Stevenson was the offensive player of the game for the Pats as well. 11 carries for 54 yards. He didn't have a rushing touchdown, but Drake May did, as he carried the ball 10 times or a scramble for 10 rushes for 31 yards and a touchdown. Henderson was quiet on the ground, only 10 yards. Gibson did have 27. Passing wise, Ramondre Stevenson was the leading receiver with 5 receptions for 88 yards with a long of 55. He had a nice 55-yard grab that really that set the tone for Drake May's rushing touchdown on that drive. Austin Hooper, 38 yards. Stephon Diggs, only 32 yards. But again, hey, if Stephon Diggs is the main focus on the offense that these corners and safeties are looking towards, guys will be open. Travion Henderson had 30 yards out of the backfield on 2 receptions. Kayshon Boutte, again, only the 1 catch for 16 yards and a touchdown. Henry had a catch for 9 yards. Douglas a catch for 8 yards. Mac Hollins, that was his only catch of the game, 8-yard touchdown reception. Marte Mapu had an interception. In terms of the tacklers, the leading tackler was Jalen Hawkins. He had 8 total tackles. Harold Landry had another sack. He had 3 tackles. Robert Spillane only had 3 tackles, but he added a sack. Milton Williams had 2 sacks and the game-sealing sack at the end. And Caleb Jason had a sack. So your front 4 had 4 sacks. That's it. That's great. 5 sacks on the night for the Pats, and they wreaked some havoc, and they got the job done. I tell you, big play in the game though. I can't show the highlight on here because they will flag me on NFL.com in this aspect. But Antonio Gibson, a 90-yard kick return touchdown, that changed the game as well. Right after the Pats giving up a Malik Washington punt return touchdown. So overall, hey, Pats came out with the win. The defense did struggle at times throughout this game, but they got the job done. I tell you, great win by the Pats, a much-needed win in the hot weather of Miami. No,
100%. I mean,
you got Milton Williams, dude. 3 tackles. Mm-hmm. They were all solo, none assisted.
Yep.
And he had 2 sacks, bro. That is what you want to see on this Patriots team, where defense should be dominant. And Milton Williams, veteran player, showing that he comes out here, he's going to set the tone. And that's why I think a lot of the defense, bro. I think the defense came out here, and the veterans, they set a lot of the tone, especially Milton Williams. So
absolutely. And I tell you, Milton Williams, last game he had 7 pressures. He only had 2 this game, but they were the 2 most important pressures with those 2 sacks. And I tell you, he's looking every bit so far, knock on wood, knock on this wood right here, pause. But
hey, yo, pause,
right? But he's looking like that $100 million contract was spent.
I'm not knocking on that wood, bro. I'll tell you that.
Right? No, exactly.
Yeah.
I tell you facts. That's a fact. But no, he's looked well so far. Yeah, just if he continues that play, his play, I should say. Hey, so far it's so good for that $100 million contract. There's a lot more to come with him, and I tell you, he's off to a great start along with Harold Landry and Caleb Jason.
Yeah,
absolutely.
3 big pickups right there. Now that's it for the Pats. I tell you, we'll see what happens next Sunday. As again, they do take on the Steelers. They will be wearing their red throwbacks. It's a throwback
Mhm.
game. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
fuck Aaron Rodgers, that bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
Yo, tell him
Right.
to go take more
Well,
ayahuasca before playing us.
Wow.
I will
Wow.
say the one
Absolutely.
thing.
And I will say real quick, chat, with that line that the Pittsburgh Steelers have presented so far, their offensive line. Let's see if this defensive line can continue to wreak havoc, because that offensive line the first couple weeks has not impressed me. Just got
Right.
to keep going after
The one thing I have to say about this secondary though is just it's just shoddy. I mean, our defensive line is good, but our secondary is shoddy because
Nah,
we give
pass
up.
rush is the issue, bro.
Yeah.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you one thing. Your pass rush will make your secondary look a lot worse if you give the quarterback 3 seconds to throw the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Like I don't care how good you are, bro, nigga. You could be the Steelers, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And you could have fucking Jalen Ramsey, Joey Porter, and Darius Slay.
Mhm.
Oh, you could have 3 of them niggas, and still clearly your pass rush is the fucking problem. Like
Yeah.
TJ Watt's getting double teamed, but Cameron Hayward's old as fuck. And then outside of those two, while they're getting double teamed or either getting fucking shut down, who do you trust, bro?
Absolutely.
You're sending Devin Bush and all these niggas who you need in coverage
Yep.
to assist in an aspect of the game where you thought you had to figure it out. Like, I don't think that Patriots have that issue. I think the pass rush has been great enough to a point that it's disrupted quarterbacks to a point where they've had to make certain decisions. But I also think the secondary hasn't, like, Gonzo's out, bro.
Well,
Like,
that's
dude,
why
he
I
shut
was
down Tyreek Hill. He shut down Jamar Chase. He shut down all these niggas in the same season.
Yep.
And like, bro, he's just injured. Like, you're not gonna get that guy. So the defense,
No,
and
I
with
know.
Carlton Davis being injured, like, you got to look at the defense as like they have to come together and play together as a whole. Like, if Gonzo was here, we would just be in like, okay, Gonzo, go travel on DK Metcalf all game. Go travel on Jamar Chase all game. Go
Right.
travel on fucking Garrett Wilson all game, and we don't gotta worry. And then Carlton Davis can go thrive and get a pick, or he can go thrive and make fucking 5 tackles a game. Or Robert Spillane, if God forbid, if the pass rush Milton Williams and these niggas figured out, like Robert Spillane can go focus on run defense, like what he's best at. And he can also cover. Also, another thing he's best at. Like, I just think that, like, if the Patriots find a way, the coaching staff finds a way to maximize the talent, there's no reason why the Patriots shouldn't make the playoffs, bro. They should make the
that was my
playoffs,
next
bro.
point,
If the
where
coaching
Josh-
staff maximizes the talent on this team in all phases of the game, and we saw that special teams was a big part of this game today. Special teams was a big part of this game. It's a phase of the game that a lot of teams don't give a fuck about.
Yes.
But the Patriots, their special teams was great today, and especially the running special teams. The running special teams in terms of returning and just returning punts and kicks, like, it was great today. In terms of that, and then I mean, like, in terms of the discrepancy between that and actually defending punts and defending kicks, maybe to get less in loss of yardage or in terms of net yardage, like, I don't think that should be something that should be looked at crazy when overall the special teams is actually scoring points, and or they're scoring points or setting up the offense and setting up the defense, and or to put them in a position to win. Like, I think this Patriots team, the what it comes down to is the coaching staff needs to figure out who's best in what position and go from there. Like, this is, again, a first year staff with a first year roster.
Yeah. But no,
It's not going to be perfect throughout every week. So
No,
I do think
but
I agree with you, and I think the sentiment is amazing in terms of the fact that, but I think we need to be more realistic in the fact that the Patriots are going to win a lot of these weeks based on special teams. They're not going to win a lot of these weeks based on outscoring whoever. We scored 33 points against a depleted and very, very, very minimal talented defensive roster in the Dolphins, who are missing Jalen Phillips and who are missing Minka. Well, they have Minka Fitzpatrick, but
he was
did he even play today?
No, he did. He was basically a no-show. He was out there.
He didn't do shit. I'm not telling you. He didn't do anything that made me be like, oh, Minka Fitzpatrick is a presence in this game where we could have lost.
Yeah.
And the fact that Minka Fitzpatrick wasn't a presence and the defense as a whole was enough to be a fucking presence to keep themselves in the game, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I think the Patriots have a lot to go back to the drawing board offensively. I don't think defensively is a problem, but I think back to the drawing board. Like Ramondre Stevenson shouldn't be a player that Patriots fans should be giving up on because I keep hearing, well, he dropped the ball in this situation and he did this and he did that. Well, guess what, nigga? Well, why didn't y'all give him the right offensive line and why didn't y'all give him the right offense to go do
Right.
that?
Yeah.
And all
So-
his problem really is holding on to the ball.
So when y'all give the nigga 20 the ball fucking 15 times a game, what do you want him to do? Nigga,
Right.
he's gonna drop the ball once. You keep giving him the ball in the rush 10 times a game, and then you keep throwing it to him 5 to 7 times in the pass. Like, what did did you just think the nigga was not gonna drop the ball at one point?
Right.
No,
You're feeding him the ball expeditiously, unhealthily.
Yeah. But nah, you
So
definitely took the words out of my mouth on that one when it came to the secondary. I was gonna mention that, like, yeah, you don't have Gonzo, but like, yeah, especially the pass rush. Like, yeah, dude, good points.
No, for sure. I tell you, real quick before we move to BC football, Andrew, shout out to Andrew. He said the Pats need Gonzo back, which we know they really do.
yeah, they do. Yeah, they
yeah,
do.
We
We
did
do.
also say good win by the Sox tonight, but the Sox defense didn't do very good. They let the Yankees make it a close game. That's a fact. And then shout out to baseball.
Shout out Andrew. Shout out Andrew.
Hell yeah! Shout out to baseball guy also.
Shout out baseball. Baseball.
Baseball.
Yes, sir. Chef's kiss and baseball guy said amazing. Hell yeah!
Yeah,
Shout out
baseball. Clap it up. Baseball. Baseball.
Hell yeah! Facts,
Baseball. Baseball guy. Baseball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, Chad. Yeah. Other than that, that's about it for the Pats. Again, let's see what happens Sunday against the Steelers. Another big game. Aaron Rodgers comes back to Foxborough. Hey, let's see if we can. Let's see if we can make his afternoon a living hell. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. So,
Mhm.
real quick, chat. This is gonna be real quick because this game pissed me off. The Stanford Cardinals defeated the Boston College Eagles 30-20. They came back on them. At one point, the BC Eagles were winning 17-6 midway through the second quarter. And I tell you, BC had a botch snap in the
I
red
got a lot to
zone.
say about this one, brother.
And
I'll let you do your thing, but tap me in when you're ready.
hell yeah. BC, yeah, there was a fumble. Dylan Lonergan fumbled a bad snap, which again, it wasn't his fault. His center fucked him up. After that snap, completely changed the game for the worst way possible. The Cardinals quickly scored 2 touchdowns right after that, made it a 20-17 game. They tied it up and was 20-20, and then the Cardinals never looked back right after that, scored 10 unanswered points. I tell you, this game was a tough watch in the second half. It was bad football, no cap. But yeah, BC falls to 1-2 on the year, while the lowly fucking Stanford Cardinals are now 1-2. Andrew Luck finally gets a win as a general manager. This was a battle, before we get into the stats, this was a battle of former AFC South foes. Bill O'Brien, the former head coach of the Houston Texans.
Yes, sir.
Right, the former head coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
Yes, sir.
Which is how we got this job as Andrew Luck is the GM. Frank Wright is on an interim basis. He will coach the team for this year. Andrew Luck is going to find a replacement for him next year. But who knows? If he does well enough, he might have a job for next year. So, hey, this is a good start. Stat-wise, I tell you, this pisses me off, Chad. No cap. Let's go to the individual.
Yeah,
stats.
It's ugly. It's ugly.
It is ugly. Since BC lost, we start with
Do your thing, but it's ugly.
It is ugly. Dylan Lonergan went 30 for 44, 333 yards. He did well passing the ball. He only had 1 touchdown and he threw a pick, so that's not great. Turbo Richard, leading rusher, 14 rushes for 55 yards. He fumbled on the goal line late in the game. That fucked everything up.
He's getting negative. I like it. You're getting negative.
I'm getting fucking negative. Once I finish these stats, I'm going to get negative before I hit it to Amari. No cap.
Oh, shit.
Jordan McDonald scored a touchdown. All right, cool. Great. The leading receivers was Reed Harris, who had a great game. This is the one guy who kept the BC Eagles in the game. 7 catches, 141 yards. Turbo Richard, he had 83 receiving yards and a touchdown. Great. But that fumble pissed me off. Nigga, hold on to the ball. Come on, Kaj. Lewis Bond 7 for 47. Jeremiah Franklin 6 for 41.
I love you, bro. You talking mad shit right now. I love it. I love it. You
I don't give a fuck
talking
about
mad
anybody
shit
else.
right now.
I don't give a fuck about anybody else. The only thing I will say, I don't know how Jaden Skeet did not have a catch in this game. Do better, BC. Come on, cuz. I'm not. You know what? I don't give a fuck about Stanford stats. I'm just gonna focus on BC's. No bullshit. No bullshit. Fuck.
He's talking that shit, chat.
AP Price had 9 tackles. Owen McGowan had 8 tackles. All right, cool. Nobody had. Oh, my fault. T.S. Clemens, whatever the fuck his name is. 1 sack. Cool. All right. Everybody else, fucking no shows. I didn't see much from Davion Crouch, arguably one of your best players. Come on, Kaish. Got to do better. And I didn't see anything really from Quintavious Hutchins. That's one of your better defensive linemen. Like, come on. Like, you know what? The one stat I'm gonna give them, Micah Ford, 157 yards on the ground in the touchdown. He had a 75-yard run that put the game away. Cool. Ben Goberson had 186 yards. This guy, he threw 1 touchdown. It was his first touchdown of the season. He came in throwing 3 picks. And you're gonna let this motherfucker throw a touchdown on you? I'll slap the dog shit out of all of you niggas. No cap. Yeah, the receivers, 79 yards, a touchdown. I don't give a fuck about them. And this tight end, Sam Rouch, he's going to the NFL. I give him credit. He had a 69-yard touchdown. Cool. But other than that, fuck Stanford, bro.
This nigga said I'll slap the dog shit out of all you niggas.
Out of every one of you niggas. Even your quarterback. Even your fucking quarterback, I'll slap the shit out of all y'all. Now, hold on, chat, because now I'm mad. Let me stop staring at my screen. I sat up until 2 a.m. to watch you niggas play, and you disappointed me. BC, I thought there was going to be change. I thought Bill O'Brien was the answer, nigga. Nigga, we look like what we look like from the last 15 years. Dog shit, nigga. This makes no fucking sense to lose to the Stanford Cardinal team that didn't even have a head coach to start the year, that lost damn near their whole team to the portal. And you let these new niggas come in and beat you? Come on, nigga. You know what?
Yo, you just had me in tears, bro. That is funny.
I'm bro.
This nigga did not tell a single lie.
I'm gonna have to buy a ticket to the Cal game next week, right back at home, just to go before the game to somehow get a fake media pass, go in the locker room, and I'm gonna be like, hey, can I get an interview for Coach O'Brien? I'm not even gonna get the interview. I'm a bullshit that just to go into that locker room, nigga.
Nah. You can't tell niggas now, bro. What is you doing, bro? Yo, you can't tell niggas that now, bro. You gotta save that type of information.
Nah, you're right.
Yo, you gotta get there first, bro.
You're right.
Yeah,
What I was about to say next.
Yo, this nigga is lying. Yo, chat. Yo, this nigga is lying as fuck. He not going nowhere doing nothing. That type of crazy shit, we don't allow that here. Wink, wink. Like, eye. Like, one eye just blinking at you the whole time. Like,
I'm bullshitting because I don't have.
Nah, he's bullshitting, chat. One eye blinking at you at the whole time. Like, we're just gonna blink at you with one eye. Like, he's not doing that. But
I'm not doing all
if
that,
we are blinking at you with one eye and he is not doing that, like, there is a slight chance, maybe like 0.00003.14%. Like, he's probably going to do that, but that is a very slim chance that we have nothing to do with when it comes to YouTube and copyrights and anything else. He is going to handle that situation with me, and we're going to handle that situation correctly. And as you can see on the focused eye, hey, you know.
Not facts. Yeah, that was bullshit, Chad. I'm not going to do all that because it's not really necessary. It's just one of those things that if I was that tapped, I would do some shit like that. No cap.
But he's not, Chad. He's a man of the people.
I'm not that tapped. No bullshit.
He's a man of the kids. He's a man of the people.
I am. I never. It just pisses me off, Chad. I just can't believe that I set my ass up at 2 a.m. to actually watch this bullshit. No cap.
You and me both.
I could have been on 2K. I could have done CFB.
Yeah, we could have been grinding. We could have been grinding together.
Grinding. I sat up there to watch that nonsense, Chad. Like, I tell you, like, I would never want to go and slap Bill O'Brien because I have a lot of respect for him. I really do. I'd never do that. Yeah. But like all these players that went out there and did all that, Those are some sorry ass niggas. No, but I can't believe you let the Stanford Cardinals do that to y'all. They ran
Yeah,
all
Bill
over.
O'Brien's a hater, nigga. Why'd you make us suck even more, bro? You should have fucking beat them niggas.
No bullshit.
Mm.
Oh fuck.
It makes me mad. But yeah, like that's
That's
about
why
it.
Deshaun Watson didn't want his bitch ass. He said, "I'm gonna go touch women at a fucking massage parlor instead of working for Bill O'Brien." That's kind of a red flag.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a
That
crazy
is kind of a red
way.
flag.
Let's go
you know?
negative.
He said, "I'm gonna go touch women at a massage parlor instead of working for Bill O'Brien." That's kind of a bad sign.
And I bet you in that moment he felt it was worth it. But guess what? That bit him in the ass, didn't it? Bit him right in the ass, man. Just to touch. Nah, I can't even say that. Anywho,
Yeah.
I was about to get nutty. It was about to get nutty. Let me chill out because this is a family, the family chat. You know what I'm saying? This is I can't get too crazy. I might have some little kids watching me one day. So I gotta chill. Forget everything I just said about me going to that BC game. I'm sitting my ass right at home. But anywho, Amari, what do you think about that nonsense that we had to witness on last night?
Listen, bro, you want me to keep it a stack, or do you want me to sugarcoat?
Nigga, I want.
All right, bro, we sucked. You want me to keep it a stack? We sucked.
Yeah.
You want to be real? We sucked.
Yeah.
He was ass.
Yeah.
Niggas wasn't good. He was not good at all.
Yeah.
Lonergan was the only bright spot. And let me tell you why he was the only bright spot, right? If you look at his stats, this is a game where the stats tell the whole fucking story. Yeah, I'm going to tell you that right straight off rip. This is a game where the stats tell the whole fucking story.
No, I got you.
And Mr. Lonergan balled out. Mr. Lonergan, brother, if you ever see this clip or you ever watch this and you are ever seeing this, brother, you balled out.
Yep.
Brother, what could we ask of you more of? Brother, you had 333 yards and a touchdown with only one pick. It means you was moving that ball up and down the rock all day.
Absolutely.
You was moving that shit up and down all day. Pause. We don't allow twerking in here. But
right.
Mr. Richard,
it was just
14 for 55.
Mm-hmm. It was just one.
Mr. Harris.
That's it.
Mr. Harris. You X Factor. You motherfucker, if you were watching this, Mr. Harris. 7 for 141 is diabolical.
No bullshit.
Yeah.
Nigga, you shouldn't belong on this team.
No bullshit.
Yeah.
We don't deserve you, bro. 7
really
for 141 and we still lost. Bro, we don't deserve you. We don't deserve you. Mr. Harris, we don't deserve you, brother. Go get that kid from Michigan, Mr. Underwood. We need help. Go get John Mateer from Oklahoma. We need help. Mr. Lonergan, I'll tell you. Please transfer. I'm being serious. Mr. Harris, please transfer. Go take the NIL money. I'm telling y'all both. Because we is not going to do nothing for you. That is going to justify what y'all did today on this stat sheet.
I'm going to tell you this. If we ain't do anything for A.J. Dillon, Zay Flowers, what makes you think we're going to do something for y'all?
And what did we do for Zay Flowers? We didn't even get him a nigga who could throw the ball 5 yards past the fucking accurate pass.
Right. He had to deal with Thomas Castellanos.
Shout out Andrew Landry.
Not even. He had to deal with
a kid I went to high school with. Shout out Andrew Landry. But Andrew, where are you? What are you doing? You didn't even make it as a starter at this BC team. And they selected you, Newton North. For what? Because you stat padded at Newton North? You're not good. You're not good at all.
Damn,
shit, you're not good.
Let's get negative.
We're getting negative. Come on. We on late night. What the hell is happening in sports? We get negative as fuck. Landry, you trash. We needed you today. Lonergan stepped up with Landry. You couldn't do this before Lonergan got here. So where is you at? Sitting at your daddy's desk.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. We shouldn't be this bad. Losing to Stanford. Haven't been shit since Christian McCaffrey. What are we doing?
It's worse. Tight end now. He ain't even a quarterback no more, nigga. He's a tight end.
Fuck. I'm sorry for crashing out, but what are we doing, bro? My second favorite.
No, I mean,
My second
losing to
favorite
Stanford
college
in
football
is a
team.
low.
It is.
What is we doing, bro? What is we doing?
It's such a low. This is low.
There's a problem. It's happening. There's a problem.
Like, I get losing a shootout to Michigan State. You know, shit happens like that. But to lose to Stanford,
Can't do it. Can't be allowed.
you know what I'm saying? Now, if this is
Can't
a
allow
Stanford team, if this is a Stanford team that Andrew Luck was quarterbacking, fine.
That's one thing.
If this is a Stanford team that Christian McCaffrey winning the Heisman,
That's one thing.
that's one thing. But you just played a whole bunch of fucking nobodies
Scrubs.
for the most part. Besides
A bunch of computer students. A bunch of niggas who sit at a computer all day and say, "Let me program your Discord."
No, but like
No,
honestly,
Let me
the
help.
team that lost to Hawaii.
like you got to understand something.
God,
Stanford is the Harvard of the West Coast. So
Yeah.
you're playing a bunch of smarties.
Yep. Exactly.
You're playing a bunch of smarties.
A bunch of niggas who are literally 50 times smarter than you.
Exactly.
Christian goody goods.
Exactly. The only guy as of right now that has some pedigree to get drafted high is the tight end. And you let him score on a 69-yard touchdown on a play that he had no business of scoring on.
I was talking shit. I will say one thing. Stanford kind of is tight end you to a
No,
degree.
they do have guys come out. That's a fact.
To a degree, I will say Stanford is tight end you. So I know I'm talking shit, chat. But Stanford is tight end you to a point, you know.
No bullshit. No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
They got another one. They got another one that should get drafted.
I'll keep it a bean.
And honestly, this is one of the plays that these NFL scouts or whatever teams, they're gonna look at that play. That's a play right there that a guy like that, he was already gonna get drafted probably second, third round. He might get drafted maybe even earlier because of a play like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's great on him. But that all could have been avoided if the defense stepped up. No cap. You're supposed to limit plays on defense. How the fuck are you going to give a 69-yard touchdown to him, the tight end, and you're going to give up a 76-yard run to a running back whose offensive line for the first few weeks was dog shit? Come on.
Yeah, defensively, this BC offensive line, I like against obviously other defensive lines. I shouldn't say defensively, but hasn't been great. And also on the other turn side of that, the defensive line has not been good at creating a pass rush whatsoever in the first two games.
Yeah.
So the fact that we got out of these first two games with a win with a depleted pass rush and kind of somewhat, I mean, depleted in the sense of talent, not depleted in the sense of injury. That's the sad part.
Yes.
So I think that able to win this game and able to do what we did in this game, I mean, scoring 20 points on this team where they were a defensive juggernaut somewhat to a point, like Stanford always kind of has been.
Right.
So I think that it's a good sign for the program itself. But like we know, like Zay Flowers and a couple other people, like they've been subjected to bad programs who, like, you're just there to go to the league, dude. Like, that's literally BC, dude. You're just there to go to the league. Like, literally, you're never going to win a national championship. You're never going to win a conference ACC championship. God forbid you want to go to the league, though, you go to BC. Like, literally, that's literally the thought process.
Exactly.
I mean, like, Zay Flowers was what, a first-round pick? He went to BC, didn't even come close to win anything as a team accomplishment. Like, individually, he was just great. So, individually, he played very, very above the competition he faced. That's why he went early as he did. It's not because he didn't, go up against the top competition. He played at Oregon and Ohio State and yada, yada. No. He went to BC where he'd get all the playing time. He'd get all the targets to be able to showcase his ability against players who are the same caliber every weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, to me, like, BC is just a place where a lot of players go to drown. They don't go to develop. Not even just drown. They just go there to just, okay, I'm going to go to the league and say, fuck it. Like, I'm going to get my paycheck and say I'm out. Like, there are some players I think like that. And I think a lot of what BC, like Kuechly and Zay Flowers, are a couple of examples of guys, or Doug Flutie, of guys that actually made it.
Yeah.
So.
Hell yeah. No, that's a fact. Yeah, no, honestly, if you want to go to the league, BC's a good school academically. There's nothing, wrong with academically. Like, you do get looked at, but again, like
Amazing academic school, dude.
amazing. Yeah, but
One of the best in the country, BU and BC, literally.
absolutely. So
Couldn't pay any more better money to go to two fucking technically. I mean, like BU is kind of technically like a public school, but like in reality, it's more private than BC is. BC is more the public school than it is BU.
exactly,
So,
exactly. No, that's a fact. Yeah, if you want to come here for that, go to BC for the education. Even if you go for sports, it's a good school. But just know, besides maybe
got your
women's
work cut out for
lacrosse,
you.
women's freaking what was that? Women's soccer. Like sports like that, you might be able to find your way to for a national championship. Now, when it comes to baseball, when it comes to football, basketball, if you want to go to BC and go to the league, fine. But don't expect to really put yourself in a position to win a national championship, a conference championship. We haven't seen it. For basketball, we haven't seen it in a while. Football, we've never seen it. Baseball, I can't tell you when. But if you want to continuously watch BC football games or any other sport games and you think, oh, we might be winning, nigga, you ain't winning shit. Respectfully.
If you like hockey, though, hey.
Oh yeah, I will say that. Thank you, man. That's a fact.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you want to go, if you're a hockey player and you want to attend BC, 100% you should do it. They're always contending.
And BU.
Always contending. That's a fact. But any other sport?
BU, BC, Northeastern, Harvard,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh State. You want to go to all these schools? You want to go play hockey? Tap in with Bay State Media. We'll get you right. We'll get you in the right direction. You want to play Pittsburgh State basketball? I'll lead you all in the right direction. My cousin played. Very good friend of mine played. Very good couple of guys. They know a friend of mine who played at Pittsburgh State. If you guys, y'all need some college connects. Any y'all college students? Anybody watching? Y'all need some. Y'all want to play in rec leagues? Y'all want to play in leagues that actually we take it serious or whatever the case may be? We here. I'm in a flag football league, the 7-on-7 league, bro. Niggas like, yeah, it's flag, but like it's more so structured 7-on-7 than it is like just straight up flag for fun. Like NFL60.com, come outside and play. Nickelodeon, don't watch iCarly today. Like, no, we don't do that. Like,
No, that's a fact.
if you're gonna play in this league, you're gonna run every day. You're gonna go weight lift every other day. Like, you gotta go take it serious. Like, we be taking it serious. So,
Oh yeah.
Nero, he'll probably be along with us for the ride next soon enough in the spring. He'll probably be able to play spring 7-on-7 to get acclimated with us. But I'm in the fall right now, fall 7-on-7, and we're gonna have spring 7-on-7.
Oh yeah. That's a fact. Quick notes also in the chat. Baseball guy, my guy. Appreciate you tuning in. He's still tuning in. He got some thoughts real quick. WNBA player of the day, Asia Wilson. She almost dropped 30.
Oh yeah.
He also said the San Francisco Giants are calling up first base prospect Bryce Eldridge. So he's up. That's why James Tibbs got his ass out of there. We see the reason why now.
About time. They took too long.
It took too long. And then lastly, he said he loves some Ben reports. Shout out to Ben. We miss you, buddy.
Yep. Shout out Ben.
Shout out Ben. But yeah, final thoughts on BC. Hey, now it's next week. They play Cal at home Saturday afternoon. It's definitely a must-win game. You're already 0-1 to ACC. You got to get right. And mind you, they got a nice quarterback, a lefty quarterback. He was a 5-star freshman coming in this year. He was actually at Oregon. He initially was committed to Oregon. He then decommitted and decided to go to Cal to be the starting quarterback. He's now the starter, and he's been shitting. So he might give BC some problems. But BC got to somehow limit that and try to get a win because next week's must win. That's all I got to say for them. BC, do better, please.
Yeah.
If not, nigga, I'm going to stop watching y'all, and that's sad. And I always watch y'all.
I won't, though. I'm a college football guy. I'll be here.
Yeah, I'll try. It's just hard. No bullshit.
I know it, but then again, bro, I'll tell you one thing. I'm not even a BC fan. I just support obviously all the schools. I am a Northeastern Husky, so
yep.
I support all the schools. I am a native college student of the state, so I make sure I support all the schools. I don't just discriminate just because whatever. But I am a Texas A&M football fan.
I've been a Texas A&M football fan since I was a kid.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And also my cousin, he plays on my uncle, his son plays on the Texas A&M basketball team. So I'm just automatically kind of biased, but
Right.
that Texas A&M team, like that is a team I follow, that is a team I love, and like that is a team Boston College has seen in the past.
Yep.
And I think that Boston College team this year, we got a lot of exciting players on offense, dude. I
Oh, for
think this
sure.
is one of the most dynamic offenses we've had in the last like 4 seasons, dude.
No, that's a fact.
And it's definitely going to be a telltale sign of like how the program is going to move forward and improve. But I think with the maybe a switch up in like the coaching game plan or whatever the case may be, or like I don't know what it's going to take, but BC is somewhat a prestigious school when it comes to football. I mean, Matt Ryan, the league MVP of the NFL, he went there, dude. Like
Luke
Luke
Hall
Kuechly went there, and
of Famer, yeah.
there's people that have gone there that have made a living and made a life in the NFL, being actually serviceable and actually beyond serviceable players.
Mhm.
So I think that with the amount of time and structure that this program has, like I think there's a lot of room for improvement. And I also
No,
think that
sure,
there's a
there
lot
is.
of room for these guys to actually make a stance for themselves and solidify themselves as a program that's a force to be reckoned with. And I think we're already seeing that this year, especially against Michigan State.
Absolutely. No, that's a
So
fact. That's a fact. No, yeah, like trust me. I still believe in these kids. I really do. I still believe in Bill O'Brien. It's frustrating because, a team like Stanford and the way how BC has shown, especially with their offense, this should have been, especially leading 17-6 at one point, they should have ran away with it. But the turnovers has been killing them. Are those things that can be improved? Definitely. You just got to limit the turnovers. I'd be bullshit and say I'm not going to watch anymore. I've watched BC my whole life. Even the wins and losses, I'm always there. I do get frustrated, but nigga, I'm back the next week watching them. So I just be bullshitting for the most part. It's just, and like Amari said too, obviously, I lived in Boston my whole life. I've always supported these teams, whether it's BC, Northeastern for basketball, baseball. When I do tend to watch them, my guy, shout out to Jeff Costello. He went to Northeastern. My guy Sal, he went to BC. He's in the MLB now. If you don't know, he just won a Gold Glove, last year for the Milwaukee Brewers. Sal Frelick, shout out to him. So I tend to watch all these teams.
Shout out Sal.
No, for sure. Shout out to Sal. Yeah, like even BU. I want everything that goes on in Boston and even just Massachusetts in the whole, even the Stone Hills. You know what I'm saying? Like Holy Cross. I'm always going to support them. It's like, when is there going to be, especially for BC, when is that change going to occur when you can actually look at BC? It's like, oh, this team's a real threat. It's starting to look like that on their offense. They just have to put it together to actually get these wins, because quite frankly, Dylan Lonergan is the best quarterback that we've had since Matt Ryan. And that says a lot.
Yeah. Statistically, he is literally the best since Matt Ryan at the start of the season. Yeah.
Literally. Exactly. And Matt
Haven't
Ryan.
seen this since Matt Ryan.
Oh, for sure. And Matt Ryan graduated BC almost 20 years ago. So that says a lot. That says a lot how quarterback play has been for
since I was a kid.
Right, for almost 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So there is hope.
Matty Ice.
Hope. There is hope.
Yep.
But yeah, chat. So that's about it for BC football. Again, they got to get right next week against Cal. Hopefully they do. But it's going to be a challenge going up against a 5-star freshman, a former 5-star quarterback. Obviously, a freshman leading the charge. He got a nice arm. He's a lefty. So let's see if they can. Let's see if Bill O'Brien's defensive coordinator and even Bill O'Brien himself can have some input on how to stop him. They should be able to get after him. But other than that, chat, that's about it for everything tonight. Later on, because it's already 1 a.m., we'll recap the Athletics Red Sox game. That's going to be at least the only game Boston-wise of the night. Monday Night Football is tomorrow. There is 2 games. Final end on I know for the Falcons game ended as we were ending. That score right there. And what was the score of the Vikings game? Falcons.
The Falcons beat the Vikings 22-6.
22-6. Wow.
Damn.
Yep. Well, fuck that. I had the Vikings. They fucked me up. No cap.
I had the Vikings. They fucked me up too.
Me
Yeah,
too.
so they too. Van, you had the Vikings too?
Yeah.
Well, we all got fucked over
I
tonight.
think I had the Falcons, man. I ain't gonna.
Oh, you had you did.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
I
hold
had to
you.
check.
I do remember this brother did have the Falcons.
You son of a gun. And
Nah, but I had the Vikings.
Wait, what?
Oh,
I thought you said
you
on pod you had
cocksucker.
the Falcons though.
I just checked.
On your
guys.
written down, you had the Vikings, but I think on pod you said the Falcons.
I'm trying to remember.
We'll recheck. Sorry,
We'll
chat. We'll
recheck.
recheck.
We'll
We got the
recheck.
record predictions for you tomorrow. We're gonna post it on the gram. You're gonna see it on WTHHS. It's Instagram. What the hell is happening? Sports will have it on their Instagram. So you will see the picks tomorrow on the Instagram for him.
Hell yeah, chat. But with that being said, chat, yeah, it's 1:06 on the dot. We've been live for almost 2 hours and 50 minutes. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I was supposed to whoop your ass in DFB too. Yeah, you get that
I know.
rematch. You feel
I
me?
know, yeah. No, me and Amari got to get a run back of CFB. It should happen tomorrow because I ain't letting it go another day. We're gonna.
Yeah, we got you, chat. We got you this week, chat.
It'll be later tonight. It'll be later on tonight. No bullshit. But yeah, chat. That's about it for us and the guys. Any final thoughts, guys, before we head out of here?
I
I'm gonna
mean,
be real.
Go
I
ahead,
didn't think the Falcons would do the Vikings the way they did them. That was man. Like I'm not surprised the Falcons won. I'm surprised that that one. It was like a field goal battle, pretty much like defensive / field goal battle. Like I did not think a kicker would damn near be player of the game. If Bijan Robinson didn't have like damn near 150 yards, the kicker would have been player of the game.
Absolutely.
But I good one for the Falcons, I guess. And honestly, my prediction record might tank a little bit after this one, but we'll see. But yeah, that's all I got.
That kicker, Parker Romo, that was a guy that was in New England a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We got his ass out of here. That's tough.
Yeah, I will say one thing. Chiefs, I'm disappointed in my team, dude. And you're an Eagles fan, fuck you. I really hated losing to these niggas again. It was really sad. It was really upsetting. But it was good to see the Patriots offense find a groove. It was good to see Josh McDaniels find Drake May his comfortable spots, find Drake May his strengths, and be able to capitalize. So,
absolutely.
With that being said, on the behalf of Bay State Media, I got two of my founding fathers here with me. Actually, I'm going to say three because, Nero has been here since the start. So, got three of my founding fathers here with myself on this man's beautiful life on What the Hell is Happening in Sports. Thank you for having three of the founding fathers of Bay State Media on here, bro, as per usual. So,
for sure. As always, bro. Yeah, man. I tell you, man, I'm happy for Mike Vrabel. First win as a Patriots head coach. Proud of him, man. Hey, he was here. He was here for the good old days at the start of the dynasty. Hey, he was here. He was here. He was here for the, what's it called? The arguably the saddest moment of the dynasty, losing in 16-0. He was there for that. With the Giants, 17-14 in the Super Bowl. He's here for the change. Obviously the change started last week in the loss, but officially it started earlier today. Well, I'm gonna count it as today because we got this live started at 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday night. He was there. Hey, it's a new era in New England. Proud of Drake May. Proud of the whole Patriots team. Let's continue. Hopefully to continue to build on that effort. Proud of the Sox getting the dub tonight, which they should. Win game. See what happens to them. BC again. Hey,
fuck the Yankees.
I still believe in you, BC. I do. I'm always believing you that you just,
This is crazy.
Y'all just got to do what y'all got to do. That's about it.
Fuck Aaron Judge for real.
And fuck Aaron Judge. Facts. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know. But other than that, gentlemen, this has been another edition of What the Hell is Happening in Sports. And guess what? We was late as hell, and we're always going to be late as hell.
We late as hell.
I'm 15-5.
Hell yeah. Shout out to staying up for a nigga. Shout out to Conron for staying up. Conron was sleeping. He was grinding at work earlier in the day, Sunday. Got to red zone, slept it off for a little bit. He was awake for this. I appreciate brother for being in here. No
Shout
bullshit.
out, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to
Yes,
my
sir.
guy Maury Scott. But yeah, it's your boy Nero. Another edition of What the Hell's Happening Sports, the late as hell edition.
We
We'll
late as hell.
We late hell, motherfuckers.
Hell yeah. We'll see you for another one later tonight.
Yo, late as shit.
Late as shit again. Hell yeah. We got to go to bed. I hope y'all have a good night. Thank you for everybody who tuned in and that was in the chat. Shout out to Baseball Guy. Shout out to Andrew the Goat. Shout out to as well my bros Brian, my guy Cam for being in there also timing in. But yeah, man, we about to be out of here. I love y'all. See y'all later. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. Yeah.